for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Yeah. What's up? This that boy Coach Malik Williams in the building. And we're back on a good Friday. I'd like to send a special shout out to everybody in the chat today, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat that's rocking with the old boy. You know what I mean? As you know, the Deontay Wilder / versus Tyson Fury trilogy match is now official and done. The fight will go down, bar if someone doesn't show up or back out or whatever. We don't know. When you're dealing with Fury, you never know. But, so I sat back and I looked at it. I analyzed it. I'm looking at a lot of videos that they're showing Deontay Wilder and Malik Scott working on the pads and stuff like that. And I'm not going to lie. The last video that they dropped, Wilder did look good. I'm going to be as objective as possible. I'm not going to, call Wilder the twerkinator. I'm not going to call Fury the gypsy queen. Not today. It is what it is. Both of them have their flaws. One camp's made a million excuses for why he lost. Another camp is a full-blown fledged liar. You know what I mean? So as you guys know, I don't rock with Fury at all. I'm through defending this dude. I'm done with him. There's nothing on the planet can make me like this guy. You want to call me a Fury hater? That'll be appropriate. You know what I mean? For me, I generally dislike this guy, period. You know what I mean? I don't have a dislike for Wilder the way I do for Fury. But I'm going to put my own personal feelings aside. And let's just look at what it is. You have Team Wilder, who is working with Malik Scott, a guy who I've never heard of before from a training standpoint. Who has he trained before? You see what I'm saying? Who has he trained before? Who has Malik Scott trained before? He used to be a heavyweight fighter, heavyweight contender. He's fought Deontay Wilder. I watched that fight. Deontay Wilder punched him on the gloves. This guy hit the ground and took a dive, literally. Like, he just laid there. You see what I'm saying? So it's kind of hard for me to respect the guy, that just pretty much took a dive against Deontay Wilder. Basically. It's hard for me to respect the guy who did that. And what is he going to bring to the table from a training standpoint? Now, we have seen some of the videos with Wilder. The latest video I've seen, I'm not going to lie, it's apparently that Wilder built a ring. He built the ring, guys, outside of his house. So he built the ring outside of his house right there in Alabama. And I think it's kind of like on the beach or something like that. So the last video I saw, he did look pretty good. But before we get into it, let me go ahead and give everybody a shout out that's here thus far. YouTube is doing their thing, sending everybody the alerts, letting everybody know that we're live right now. So Bruce Leroy, salute to Bruce Leroy. Salute to Sunshine. Sunshine, how you doing, sis? Shout out to my brother Alex. Shout out to KB in the building. Shout out to who else? KB, what up, fam? Shout out to the Boxing King. Salute. Shout out to who else we have? Lisa Bell. Salute, sis. How you doing, sis? Shout out to who else we got? Bob Zulane. Shout out to New Money DMG. Shout out to Angus. Salute, fam. What's going on, brother? Shout out to Double A, the Sagittarius. Shout out to Rocky Valley Reality Rap. You look new. You look new to the channel. So shout out to you, fam. Shout out to Corn Kid. Shout out to Eliza. Feliciano. Shout out to Eliza. Shout out to Mad Chad Boxing and Sports. Shout out to absolutely. And I said Sunshine already. You see what I'm saying? So, we're going to give everybody time to lock and load and come on in. Shout out to my brother Michael Buffer. Michael Buffer in the building. So, this is the thing, guys, and this is a serious question. Benatti, shout out to my brother Benatti. And guess what, guys? Guess what? I got me the real official Ali bell. So I got the real Ali bell now. I hope you guys can hear that. You see what I'm saying? So I basically just went on Amazon and bought me a real bell instead of trying to use sound effects from my Stream Deck, from the Elgato Stream Deck. So absolutely, you know what I mean. You said the name right. Yeah, Eliza. Yeah, you know what I mean. So yeah, I have an official Ali bell. I have a ringside bell. As a matter of fact, let me let you guys see it. Let you guys see it. Let you guys see the bell, right? So this is it, guys. This is the real bell right here, guys. Sorry about that. Man, I'm blowing red. So this is it right here, guys. I ordered this off of Amazon. You see what I'm saying? Ordered it off Amazon. It literally costs like about $50. $50. You see what I'm saying? So that's it. That's it, guys. You know what I mean? So I got me an official bell right now. You see what I'm saying? I had reached out to Showbiz Still Dope. You know, I talked to him. You know, I talked to that brother via Instagram. I'm not going to discuss what we talked about, but you know, he's a real good guy. If it's any channel, man, that I would advise you guys to really rock with, that's a solid dude. You know what I mean? He's a real good guy. He doesn't associate with a lot of other channels because his brand is different, and he stay out of the politics of a lot of stuff that's going on in the YouTube channel. Like me, I just started in January, so you know there's a lot of mistakes I've made along the way. It's because I'm a rookie to this, I'm new to this, and I'm learning. You see what I'm saying? So I'm learning what to do and what not to do, who to rock with and who not to rock with. And you know, in this field, what I'm seeing, it's it's kind of dicey. But anyways, let's go ahead, man. And Alex, shout out to Alex, shout out to Toby Barlett, shout out to who else we have in here? Shout out to my brother Graham Taylor. You see what I'm saying? And it is what it is. Shout out to the Gad Nuke, what's going on? And that's it. So right now we're gonna go ahead and Alex Gonzalez, I think I said shout out to you already. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Now, New Money DMG, salute fam. Corn Kid, salute to you, fam. Now, Showbiz is full on. He makes you look calm, coach. Yeah, he is. I'm calm right now. You know what I mean? Shout out to Elvis. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, Showbiz is very, very animated. All right, man, look. You know, now, the Gypsy King, Tyson Fury, you know, he is hilarious, bro. He is hilarious, but that's what I love about him. You know, and I love that about him. But anyways, let's look at it. Malik Scott, right? Malik Scott. Philly Fly, what's going on, fam? Malik Scott. Who the hell is Malik Scott? Let's be real. Let's be real. Who the hell is Malik Scott? Up off Nick? Yeah, man. Yeah, I love that dude. It's hard not to like Showbiz, man. That dude is hilarious. Man, I love that dude. Listen, out of all of the channels that I watch on YouTube, that's the one channel that I study. I don't study anyone else. I watch other channels, but he is the channel that I study. And just studying him, I see a lot of mistakes that I've made, me being new to this. You see what I'm saying? So, but you know, I'm gonna make the modifications and corrections. The mistakes I made yesterday, I won't make today. And we're just gonna move forward and grow this channel. It's doing what it's gonna do. You see what I'm saying? Shout out to Richard. But anyways, let's look at Malik Scott. Because I'm hearing a whole lot of hooting and raving and hollering about Malik Scott gonna have Deontay Wilder. He's gonna have Deontay Wilder looking like Muhammad Ali. And from the footage that I've seen, they're trying to get Wilder to box more. You see what I'm saying? They're trying to get him to box more from the footage I've been seeing. And I'm like, okay, the last video, I'm not gonna lie, he looks good. You could tell they've been working together. He's starting to get it together. The only problem with it is this. Malik Scott is an inexperienced trainer. He's been in the camp of Deontay Wilder for a long time. Some people say that Malik Scott, the only reason he's there because he's another yes man for Deontay Wilder. And of course, Malik Scott is going to take that opportunity to be a lead trainer for Deontay Wilder. Why? Because he's going to get paid. He's going to get a check. How much he's getting paid, I have no idea. You see what I'm saying? I have no idea. You see what I'm saying? So now, you know, and it is what it is. So, you know, hold on. Let me address some of the people in the chat. Malik Scott is another yes man that Beyonce probably knows he can intimidate. Looking like that ring in Alabama Woods, yeah. Oh man, this is hilarious. Oh man, this is hilarious, man. Y'all, hey, look here, man. Why y'all going off on Malik Scott like that, man? Why are you guys going off on Malik Scott? Like for real, man. You know, Sunshine, yes, I miss. Why are you guys going off on Malik Scott. Listen, we're gonna put some respect on Malik Scott's name, man. Malik Scott might be the next Angelo Dundee. Malik Scott might be the next Robert Garcia. Malik Scott might be the next Lou Duva. Malik Scott might be the next who else we got? Emmanuel Stewart. You see what I'm saying? Malik Scott might be the next, the baddest trainer in the history of boxing trainers, Robert Garcia. You see what I'm saying? Why y'all got to put some respect on Malik Scott's name, man? Now I know he ain't never trained nobody. You see what I'm saying? I do know that he's working with Deontay Wilder right now, and more than likely he's a yes man for Deontay Wilder. But that might be the extra ingredient that Deontay Wilder needs to defeat the 6'9" giant Tyson Fury. You see what I'm saying? That might be the extra ingredient, guys. And this is what you guys need to understand. We're going to put some respect. I can't even say it with a straight face. I can't even say it with a straight face. I digress. We're going to have to put some respect on Malik Scott's name, man. You see what I'm saying? That's what we're going to have to do, guys. I'm asking y'all to give him the benefit of the doubt. You see what I'm saying? I'm asking you, hey, thank you so much, Toby. Thank you so much, fam. You know what I mean? I'm asking you guys to give Malik Scott the benefit of the doubt. I will cry. Because I do not care about the friend Malik. I'm not here to be his friend. Corn kid. Hey, listen, man. Oh, man, listen. Yo, man. Hey, man, y'all being ruthless to Malik Scott, man. Hey, what y'all got against Malik Scott, man? One thing for sure about Malik Scott, he ain't throwing that towel in the ring. Listen, man, we're going to put some respect on, we got to spell respect with a K too, not a T. You see what I'm saying? We're going to put some respect on Malik Scott's name, man. You see what I'm saying? Now, what does his resume look like from a training standpoint? Well, he ain't got no resume. He's never trained anybody, from what I understand. What KB said, you tripping, coach. Hey, KB, man, listen, we have to give Malik Scott the benefit of the doubt. You see what I'm saying? He might be that one guy, you see what I'm saying, that can dig deep into Deontay Wilder and pull out extra hidden talents, or pull out that power and energy that he needs, in order to finish off Tyson Fury. You see, in his third match, more like Malik dropped, because dude sure knows how to fall, fake fall. Yeah, man, that was crazy, man. That was crazy, coach. Coach, you stuck. Coach stuck in YouTube traffic. Yeah. You stuck in YouTube traffic. Okay, what you asking me that, or I'm trying to figure out what you mean by that, sunshine? Salute the sunshine. Salute the sunshine. You know what I mean? Let's see. Who else saying something? Jose Lopez. What you say, Phil? People haven't seen the Malik Scott versus Wilder 2014 fight. Now he a trainer. Yeah, man, that's crazy, bro. That is crazy. But Lisa, what you say, sis? That's always great to hear, Toby. Oh, okay. Mr. T said respect my diving skills. Hey, man, y'all hard. But y'all hard on Malik Scott right now, man. Malik Scott there to take the dive for Bomb Squad. Man, listen, check this out. Malik Scott Trainer of the Year. Come on, guys. Hey, Hector, man. Hey, Malik Scott, if Wilder beats Fury, if he knocks Fury out, you know what I mean? If he beats Fury, Malik Scott got to get Trainer of the Year. The last time Malik Scott was in the corner, he allowed White to get knocked out by AJ. He had bad luck. Oh, hold on. Was Malik Scott training Dillian White? Malik, so I don't. Hey guys, educate me on that. Michael Buffer, you said, was Malik Scott the one training Dillian White when he got knocked out by AJ? That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. Big plans. Salute to you, fam. He said all the people Malik Scott has trained are all nobody in bombs. Okay. KB, what you say, fam? Coach, you see the movie, The Great White Hype? Yeah, I seen that movie. Yeah, I seen that. Yeah, I seen that movie, man. That movie was hilarious. Damian Wayans was the out of shape boxer, and I forgot they had a guy on there. Samuel Jackson was supposed to have been Don King. You see what I'm saying? Hey, what you say? Bob Zulang said that Stevie wanted to do a better job, coach. Hey man, hey, hate to say facts. Hey, Mr. T, say I'm about to dive in. I'm about to dive in it, Malik Scott. Man, come on, man. Why y'all ain't listen? Why y'all not giving Malik Scott, his props? I'm trying to figure out has Malik Scott. Let me see. Charlo say if Wilder beats Fury, Malik Scott is the best since sliced bread. Watch and see. Absolutely. That's what. Hey, Charlo. That's going to be the narrative. That's going to be the narrative, Charlo. Malik Scott Instagram weird. I think he's trying to be a male stripper. Yeah, man. I've been on his Instagram. I've been watching his Instagram a lot because they post a lot of those videos on there. You know what I mean? He was in the corner very close to Dillian White. Watch the fight. You see Scott there. Yeah, thank you for letting me know that, Michael Buffer. I'm gonna see. Yeah, man. Hey guys, you watching, man? Please hit the like button and share the video. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Bob Zulan, what you say, fam? Banks was Dillian coach. Okay. Yeah, I never heard of JC. JC, what's up, fam? Mad Chaz. Now thank you for telling everybody to hit the like button. Listen, I never seen Malik Scott training anybody. I'm gonna just be honest with you. The best fighter Malik Scott has trained was Junior Farr, and he lost to Parker. Okay, all right. Okay, let's give him the benefit of the doubt. Okay, all right. Okay, so anyways, Leighton, what's going on, fam? Listen, okay, anyways, guys, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna put some respect on Malik Scott's name. Now, are you guys impressed with some of the videos that they quote unquote been leaking? Because this is what they've been saying. New leaked video shows Deontay Wilder doing this. If you upload the video and post it for the public, how the hell is it leaked? Like, explain that to me. How is that? Listen, if you upload a video and post it to the public, it's not leaked. That's like me saying new leaked footage of Coach Malachi doing the live. I'm not leaking the video. This is not a leaked video. I'm doing a live. You see what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, like, I don't know nothing about Malik Scott as a trainer. I'm just being honest with you guys. I got to keep it 100. I don't know anything about Malik Scott as a trainer. You see what I'm saying? So are you guys impressed with what you have been? Topin said no, and no. Hey, listen, man. Hey, listen, man. Why are you guys so hard, man? Hey, listen, bro. No, and no. Hey, listen, man. Hey, hold on. Bob Zulan said, no pass, don't hit back. He said, no, pass, don't hit back. Okay. KB, what you say, fam? You say no. Not impressed by Wilder's videos. I should learn to fight backwards. Yeah, he should learn to fight backwards and move lateral. Yeah. Again, what I'm saying is this here. He needs to, Emmanuel said, I told you Wilder Fury is on last month, but you didn't believe. And you wait, you will apologize to the Wilder fans. Why would I do that? Why would I do that? Emmanuel, are you inside that camp? Did you know the arbitrator? You didn't know what was going to happen. So what do you want, sir? You want a hero cookie, or what do you want me to send you? You want me to throw you a parade and say you told me? I mean, okay, whoop-de-doo. All right, you told me. Wow. And now what? We're talking about Malik Scott. No, pass, don't hit back. He's still a 1-2 pattern puncher. Yeah. So let's see. Can't wait to hear when they mic Malik Scott up for the corner in the third fight. Yeah, I want to see that too. Not impressed at all, coach. Pass, don't hit back. And put you on the back foot. Exactly. I want to see exactly. I want to see Michael Buffer. What you say, fam? I'm not gonna lie, coach. If you keep laughing at Scott, he might just have the last laugh. I'm not saying anything. Hey man, listen, I'm laughing at just what everybody's saying about Malik Scott. You know what I mean? Michael Buffer, I'm laughing at what everybody's saying about Malik Scott. You upload a video for the public to see, and then when you go to the Alphabet Boy channels, new leak footage of Deontay Wilder training, working on combinations. And it's hilarious to me, bro. It's hilarious to me because this guy is 35 years old. 35 going on 36 years old, and they are cheering and happy and excited. We are cheering and happy and excited about Deontay Wilder doing the basics. You see what I'm saying? Like, bro, that's like me. That's like me being happy because I see a quarterback that's playing in the NFL in America, right? I see a quarterback that can throw a down and out pass, or a quarterback throwing a pass, doing a because the quarterbacks do a lot of footwork drills. You see what I'm saying? They got to have fluid hips, so they go back. They do a lot of chopping with the feet. They turn this way. They turn that way. You know what I mean? These are the basics that you learn in Pop Warner. You learn this in Pop Warner. You see what I'm saying? And then when you see a quarterback that's been making it so far without doing any of those things, and then when he runs up into a hell of a football team or a buzzsaw or whatever, you see what I'm saying? He gets exposed. And then he goes back to doing the basic stuff. Everybody's getting excited about it. Oh, did you see what he did? Oh, did you see the way Deontay Wilder lift the log up? Wow. Did you see the way Deontay Wilder walked through the ropes when he entered the ring? Wow. Did you see the way Deontay Wilder put the gloves on his hand and the way Malik Scott tied his gloves up? Oh, man. Wow, Fury's in trouble now. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, bruh, hey, it's hilarious to me that these guys are getting excited about the most simplest things, the most basic things. Oh my God, did you see the way Malik Scott poured the water into Deontay Wilder's mouth? He did it with such intensity. Did you see that? Do you see the way Malik Scott was looking serious and Wilder was looking directly into his eyeballs, and he moved to the left and he moved to the right and then he moved to the left again and then he did the cha-cha slide. Wow, Fury's in trouble. I'm just, bro, like, come on, man. And listen, I'm not trying to belittle Malik Scott or Deontay Wilder. I'm not trying to do that. But I'm just being real, guys. I'm just being real. You see what I'm saying? You're showing basic stuff. You haven't showed me what he was doing in sparring. You see what I'm saying? You're showing me stuff that he should have learned 15 years ago, that he's learning 15 years later. And he's fighting a guy in Tyson Fury that's know how to do everything that Wilder doesn't know how to do. Not only that, but he does it well and he does it effortlessly. So my thing is this here. What kind of who has the better team? Is it Malik Scott or is it Tyson Fury or is it Sugar Hill? In my opinion, you know what I mean? Sugar Hill is a better trainer than Malik Scott. Sugar Hill has a better pedigree than Malik Scott. Sugar Hill comes from a lineage of good trainers, i.e. Emmanuel Stewart. RIP to Emmanuel Stewart, man. Let's hit the Ali bell for Emmanuel Stewart. You see what I'm saying? We're going to hit the Ali bell for Emmanuel Stewart, man. You see what I'm saying? So we did that. So, RIP to Emmanuel Stewart, man. RIP to Marvin Hagler. RIP to Pernell Whitaker, Sweet Pea Whitaker, man. RIP to all of them, bro. Let's hit the Ali bell. See what I'm saying? We're going to do it like that there. You see what I'm saying? So, anyways, now, Malik Scott. I don't know anything about the guy from a training standpoint. I'm just being perfectly honest with you guys. So I know about Sugar Hill. So in my opinion, Sugar Hill has the advantage. Not one, he has the advantage because he is a better trainer than Malik Scott. That's one. And two, he has the better fighter. You see what I'm saying? I'm just being real with you. I'm being real with you. Now, show me Wilder fighting off the back foot. Show me, like the brother said in the comment, show me some lateral movement. Show me some head movement. And then two, show me how can Wilder keep his emotions in check. Because when you've been fighting the same way for 15 years, you have been fighting the same way for 15 years. You're trying to tell me that this one guy who is remembered for taking a dive against the same guy he is currently training, this one guy who he was an okay boxer, when he was an okay heavyweight. He was pretty good. He was pretty good. You see what I'm saying? You're trying to tell me that this one guy is going to teach an old dog new tricks. This dog has been barking the same way for 15 years. Now you're trying to teach this dog how to say meow. Now you're trying to teach this dog how to sit. Now you're trying to teach this dog how to scratch his ear with his right paw when he has never done it before in the 15 years he's been a pro. 15 to 16 years he's been a pro. This is what you're telling me. And you uploading these videos. And get me wrong. Don't get me wrong, guys. I'm not trying to belittle. Not trying to belittle Deontay Wilder. I'm not even talking about Deontay Wilder. I'm talking about Malik Scott. So for all you Wilder fans, what I want to know is this. How much faith and confidence do you have in Malik Scott taking Deontay Wilder to the next level? And if you have confidence in him, for all you Wilder fans, please tell me who has Malik Scott trained in the past that convinces you that Malik Scott is the guy that's going to take Wilder to the next level. Please, somebody answer that question. I'm saying if you are a pro Deontay Wilder fan, I don't have a dog in the race. I'm not pro Wilder. I'm not pro Fury. I don't have a dog in the race in this. But I'm just being objective as possible, and I'm not going to lean more towards Fury. I'm not going to lean more towards Wilder. Wilder has a puncher's chance, and there's no guarantee that Fury is going to beat Wilder, because if Wilder can land that right hand, that one bomb one time, that might be Goodnight Irene. You see what I'm saying? But we'll address that a little later in the show. But as it relates to training, if you are Emmanuel, Emmanuel, what you say, fam? He was in the Wilder's team for a long time. Exactly. He's been in Wilder's team for a long time, but who has he trained? Because we know the lead trainer was Mark Breland. He got rid of that guy. He got rid of Mark Breland. Mark Breland was the only boxer gold medalist over there. There's nobody in Wilder's camp that had the pedigree that Mark Breland had. You see what I'm saying? Nobody had the pedigree that Mark Breland had. So now you're going to tell me that a guy who never trained anybody before, never trained the champion, he was just on the team with Mark Breland and then JD's, right? JD's ain't nobody. Mark Breland was the guy. So now, now Malik Scott is going to teach Wilder how to do stuff that he couldn't even do when he was boxing. Malik Scott, and I'm not knocking Malik Scott. So I'm just saying, like, outside of he was on the same team with Wilder, he was on the team with Mark Breland, because Mark Breland brought him over there. I'm trying to figure out how, like, what kind of faith do you have in Malik Scott? That's all I'm saying. Hey, shout out to my brother Leighton Evelyn. Coach, it's refreshing to hear a Black American guy be honest and non-biased about boxing. No hate for UK, just honest. Yeah. No, we're not talking about hating right now. You know what I mean? Like, we're not even talking about that. You know what I mean? Because I'm just asking a serious question. All jokes aside, like Malik Scott. Malik Scott trained a dog to go meow. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? So I'm not talking about the fighters. I'm not talking about Tyson Fury. I'm not talking about Deontay Wilder. We're talking about the trainers. Who has the advantage? You see what I'm saying? Who do I trust going to war? Shout out to my brother Antonio Giles. Just because you're a good boxer. Yeah, just because you're a good boxer don't make you a good trainer. I mean, you make a valid point with that, but with Mark Breland, this guy won 40. This guy had 40 wins with 40 knockouts. You can't just throw that under the rug. With Mark Breland, you had 40 wins with 40 knockouts. And he became a champion of the Mark Breland. And Mark Breland the one showed him how to throw that right hand correctly. I'm gonna tell you how I know. Because if you know anything about Mark Breland had a monster vicious right hand himself, and he knew how to box. So Antonio, I get what you're saying, but when a guy makes you a champion, when a guy leads you to 40 victories, you know what I mean? You just can't, you can't just throw that under the rug. That's like me throwing under the rug, Brady won Super Bowls with Belichick, and you say, okay, well, Brady left and went to Tampa Bay, which is my team, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Brady, we're just going to throw away everything that Belichick's done. No, Belichick was a bad boy. Period. He haven't won a Super Bowl without Brady, but Brady has won a Super Bowl without Belichick. So now the question is, can Wilder become a champion of the Malik Scott again? That's all I want to know. New Money DMG, what you say, fam? Coach, I believe Scott can take Wilder to the next level, but Fury is levels ahead. So I don't think it will be enough to defeat Fury. I mean, that's a valid point. I think that Fury, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Like this is how I see this fight coming. Let me ask you, to whom did Mark Breland train before Wilder? Answer me. That's a good question. I have to do some investigation on that. But what we do know is this here. What we do know is this: Mark Breland trained Wilder, and Wilder became a champion of the Mark Breland. This is facts. Wilder became a champion of the Mark Breland, and Mark Breland taught Wilder damn near everything he knows in the sport of boxing as it relates to today. The Wilder's problem is Wilder does not listen to his trainers. In the sport of boxing, everybody in boxing circles, everybody says this. Wilder don't listen. You can teach Wilder his ABCs, and he'll get in the ring and do something totally different from what you taught him. So we're not going to belittle Mark Breland. Mark Breland has a track record right now. So we know what Mark Breland has brought to the table. So we can't even listen. Even if you are a pro Deontay Wilder fan, I get it. Wilder can't do any wrong. He got rid of Mark Breland. So whatever Wilder does, you're going to ride with him and show your bias. I get all of that. You see what I'm saying? My question is this: how confident do you feel in Malik Scott? What have you seen from the videos that have been put out by Malik Scott? What have you seen that convinces you that Malik Scott is the secret weapon? Because guess what? We're going to find out July 24th. The United States has a large group of tribalistic fans. It is refreshing for sure to see Coach breaking it down. Yeah. America is just a bunch of, it's a lot of tribalism and, cliques and politics going on, so it's a lot in America. That's why I tell people, man, if you're not from America, if you're from the UK, whatever, stay out of the politics in America, especially the racial dynamic. It'll just confuse you. Is JD still with Wilder too? Yeah, I think JD's still with Wilder the Joker. I think he still is on, fam. I think he's still over there. At this point, Coach, Wilder is who he is. Malik can only hope to improve on what he already has. Exactly. That's all he can do, Shelton. That's all he can do, fam. Just improve on what he has. And at this point, because the man been fighting the same way for 15, 16 years. So what you're trying to tell me that Malik Scott is this guy that's going to come out and make it happen. And let's say Wilder loses. If Wilder loses, then what? Who fought it to be? I know they're going to double and triple and quadruple check the gloves. They're going to make sure that, hey, I'm only drinking water that came from my wife, water bottle. He's going to make sure, hey, I'm going to make sure I don't have a crab in the bucket referee, right? I'm going to make sure that I don't, and we don't want Wilder to wear any more costumes to the ring. We don't want that. If most fighters had a choice of Malik Scott or Sugar Hill, who will most fighters choose? Sugar Hill, exactly. Every time, Toby Barlett, exactly. That's my whole point, fam. That's my whole point. No. Antonio say Malik Scott seems more vocal than Breland. Scott probably better motivated than Breland. Yeah, that's a good point. That is a good point. You know what I mean? That's a real good point. So maybe he can motivate him, right? But boxing is about skills. You see what I'm saying? You could be motivated that you're gonna win the fight, but if you don't have the skills, the guy with the better skill set is gonna beat the guy that's motivated every day of the week. I can promise you that. I have never seen a motivated, skillless fighter beat a fighter that had more tools in his arsenal. You understand what I'm saying? I just haven't seen it. Hell, listen, I was motivated to beat this guy up in sparring when I was 19 years old. I was motivated like hell. Guess what? I got my ass whooped. You want to know why? because motivation couldn't win me that fight. That fight in when I was sparring. That dude had more skills than I did. He had 103 amateur fights at the time. He had more skills than I had. Was I motivated? Absolutely. But guess what? My motivated ass got my ass whooped. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm just being honest. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be funny at all. You know what I mean? Teach Wilder his ABCDs. He get in the ring and does the LDBCs. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? That's the thing. Like, and this is another thing. Now, Coach, I think Wilder woke up to his flaws. He stayed silent through all of this and has let his trainer speak for him. He hasn't bashed Fury or anything. Fury's been on TV capping and talking. Well, he bashed Fury for a whole year. He's bashed Fury for a whole year. Remember Glovegate? Remember on the referee gate? Remember, he bashed Fury for a whole year. He said he cheated and put a dent in his head, and he had egg weights in his hand. So he bashed Fury for literally the whole time since they fought. You see what I'm saying? If you had to put money on it, Coach, how does Fury Wilder go? Man, if I had to put money on it, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I would love to see Wilder win. I would love to see Wilder win. You know what I mean? But at the same time, if I had to put money on it, I would bet money on Tyson Fury. I'm just being honest with you. I would have to bet money on Tyson Fury if I had to put money on it. I'm just being honest with you. Because I don't see that. This is the thing, guys. This is the thing. When you're boxing, right, your body has to have muscle memory. So you keep doing repetition. You keep working on the same things over and over and over and over and over again. You see what I'm saying? You're working on repetition. You see what I'm saying? So when you're in certain situations, you automatically know how to respond to it. You see what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying that Malik Scott is not a good guy. He probably is a good guy. But if it was me, I would have had a real trainer in there. I would have had somebody like Robert Garcia in my corner. I would have someone like, he can't get Sugar Hill because Tyson Fury got Sugar Hill. I would just have someone that has come from a training background and pedigree. It seems more to me like, okay, this is a guy who I know. He's been in my corner. I know this guy. I'm going to just that's my friend. I'm going to get my friend to help train me now because he's been there with Mark Breland. And remember, Malik Scott was there because Mark Breland brought him there. Mark Breland brought Malik Scott there. You see what I'm saying? That's what a lot of people fail to realize too. Mark Breland is the reason why Malik Scott was ever on that team in the first place. He was helping Mark Breland. So he was learning how to train under Mark Breland, right? So Fury, man, who stays silent, the only thing constant is change. At any time, a person can change. I feel the loss woke Wilder up to the truth of boxing, which I'm gonna be honest with you. The reason why I disagree with that, Leland, that the loss has woke Wilder up to the truth of boxing is because he made all the excuses for why he lost. He never accepted responsibility for why he lost. So I can't sit back and say, hey, the loss woke Wilder up to the truth of boxing when he made 20,000 excuses for why he lost. Now, if Wilder would have said, hey, you know what, man, I lost this fight because, I didn't, my footwork was not on point like I was beelining every time when Tyson Fury came in. I just went back in the beeline and threw my hands up. I didn't slip punches. I didn't throw feints. You see what I'm saying? I didn't counter. I didn't go to the body. You see what I'm saying? I didn't roll with the punch when Tyson Fury came in. When Tyson Fury tried to grab me and put his weight on me, I didn't know how to fight in angles. Now, if he would have said that, then I can agree with you that he's learned something from the loss. But what did he do? Not only did he didn't learn anything from the loss, he blamed everybody but himself. In order for you to learn, you have to accept responsibilities for your actions or inactions. He never accepted responsibility. You see what I'm saying? So how can I say that Deontay Wilder has learned from his loss when he blamed the costume, he blamed the referee, he blamed Mark Breland, the one guy who had the most experience than anybody in this corner. And he blamed Tyson Fury for cheating, egg weights, and then he let his alphabet boy community go out there and run and kept this conspiracy on for a whole damn year. For 15 months. And Wilder was not quiet. Wilder was the one that, I truly believe that, you hit me with a metal object in the form and the shape of an egg, an egg weight. This is why I have a dent on the side of my head. Like, that doesn't sound like to me a guy who has learned from his mistakes. That doesn't sound like to me a guy who's learned from his mistakes. I'm just saying, Irish boxing, bro. What you say, fam? Salute, coach. In the videos, he's doing only half combos, 1, 2, 3, duck, right hook, left hook to the body, but he keeps finishing. There. There needs to be goes to the head. He needs to switch it up. Yeah, not only that, boxing, bro, but we need to see what is he going to do what is he doing in sparring? What is he doing in sparring? Listen, I've seen better. I seen when you watch Adrian Broner hit the pads. Adrian Broner is probably the undisputed welterweight, junior lightweight champion of the world when it comes to hitting the pads. The pad work is good, but what I'm saying is, what are we really getting excited about? I mean, let's be honest. What are we getting excited about? Right? What are we getting excited about? You're dealing with a 6'9", 275-pound man that can box. Yeah, he doesn't have the power that Deontay Wilder has, but he can box. Who do I trust more, Sugar Hill or Malik Scott? I'm gonna trust Sugar Hill all day. And then too, if stuff go to getting rough and things not working out as well, what is Wilder going to do psychologically? He's going to go back to what he's been doing for 15, 16 years. I promise you that. It's hard to accept defeat, coach. Ali struggled with it and came back and destroyed people in the loss too. No, Ali ain't never did. No, sir, brother. Ali never did what Wilder did. When you study the history of boxing and you look at Muhammad Ali, no one can tell you Ali never did that. Ali didn't struggle with defeat. When Ali lost, he said, he lost, he ran it back, and he ended up avenging his losses. Ali ain't never did that. We can't even compare the Wilder situation to Ali. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that, brother. We can't do that. Hell no. Hell to the no. We can't do that. You see what I'm saying? Anytime a man made 20 excuses for why he lost the fight, you can't tell me that he learned from his loss. To learn from your loss means, you know what, man, when Fury threw that right hook, man, I didn't even duck. When Fury threw that right hook, when Fury threw the right hook, I didn't even block with my left hand and then come back with my own right hook. You see what I'm saying? When Fury threw the right hook, I didn't even slip it. You see what I'm saying? And then come hit him to the body with the liver and then come up with an uppercut. I didn't do so. So what I'm saying is, that's all I'm saying. For you to say that he's learned from the losses, I don't see that. When he blamed everybody to this day, he has not came out and said, you know what, dog, I'm the reason why I lost that fight. You know what, dog, there's some things that I needed to work on that I was not listening to for years, and I've been getting away with just knocking people out with that one punch. This is what Wilder should have said. And this is true, fam. This is true, fam. Now, this is no hate, no shade, no nothing. Shout out to I forgot my brother who was on here. Shout out to the UC Kingsley. Let's see who else is on here. No, there's another guy on here, man, that I see. Dash Prez, what's up, fam? Listen, Wilder. It's not BS, it's facts. Robert Brown, you guys keep living in the second fight. The third fight is here. Okay, we keep living in the second fight. But you know why we keep living in the second fight, though, Julson? Because the second fight is all we have to go off of, and the third fight we don't know what's going to happen. So we can only go by from the last fight. When the last time they fought, we seen what happened. You see what I'm saying? So now, who has the better team? Who has the advantage? Malik Scott or Sugar Hill? Me, my opinion, I say Sugar Hill. Leland said Ali had mental breakdowns. When, sir? When he had mental breakdowns? Explain it to me. Give me an example of a mental breakdown that Ali had. Ali ain't never had no mental breakdowns. You must be talking about a different Ali. You can't be talking about Muhammad Ali. You must be talking about a different Ali. Give me when you say stuff like that, Show me some video. Say, coach, look at this video here. Ali had a breakdown after this loss. He had a breakdown after that loss. He ain't never had no breakdowns. Never. And he never blamed anybody for any losses he had. Never. Leeton said I could teach my wife combination on the pass and make her look good straight up. I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm anxious. I'm anxious to see the fight. I'm really anxious to see the fight. I'm anxious to see the fight. I really am. Robert Brown, what to say, fam? You can't be one of the best if you're on cocaine and PEDs. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I just want to see the fight at this point. I want to see the fight at this point. July 24th, we're going to see. Does Deontay think Tyson Fury going to come in and hold on the pass on July 24th? Nah, then we have to see also what he's doing in sparring as well. You know, and then is Wilder going to listen? Wilder's biggest flaw is he don't listen to his trainers. So maybe, just giving it the benefit of the doubt, maybe Malik Scott is that secret weapon that can get him to listen. So when you get hit in the mouth or you got hit with a punch, don't throw the whip, don't throw the windmill punch like you normally throw. Don't go straight back and do like this here. Don't just try to load up on the right hand and wait. You see what I'm saying? Don't try to do that. Can Malik Scott teach an old dog new tricks? He's been fighting the same way for 15 years. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, who knows? We're going to find out. We're going to find out. But for you guys who saying, hey, man, why we keep talking about the second fight? The second fight was the only thing we can go off of. Hell, it's like when a football team or a soccer team, in the UK, they call it soccer. When you lose to a team, what do? You have something called film study. And you go back and look at the film. And when you look at the film will tell you, okay, this is where we messed up at. This is what they did to us. You see what I'm saying? So I understand that, you know, some of the guys who leaving comments, you know, they might be just casuals and just started watching boxing. But if you know anything about boxing, you always revert back to your last fight, because your last fight was the last impression that you left on everybody. What did you do wrong in the last fight to make sure that you don't make those same mistakes in this third fight? And if you don't believe you did anything wrong, because the only reason Tyson Fury won the fight, because my costume wore my legs out, the one my corner man drug my water bottle. The referee was a crab in the bucket referee and was cheating for Tyson Fury, even though he took points for Tyson Fury. And Tyson Fury had egg weights in his gloves, and he took padding out of his gloves. If that's what you really believe what happened, then you don't see any needs to make improvements, because what you do is fine. That's not the reason you lost. You only lost because Tyson Fury cheated. That's it. And if you really believe that, then tell me how is Wilder going to improve? You see what I'm saying? So what's going on? What's going on in the chat? What did it say? Robert Brown, what's going on? Spencer Tank Shields also Chance the Rapper said Fury is a cheater. Facts. Man, listen, man. Brother, listen. Let's focus on this. Who has the advantage, Robert Brown? I understand you love Deontay Wilder and you probably a fanboy of Deontay Wilder. This is not the fanboy channel, Robert Brown, to be honest with you, sir. This is not the fanboy channel. With all due respect, sir, if you look at the description in my video and you look at the description of my YouTube channel, I expressly let it be known that, hey, listen, man, this is not the fanboy channel. I don't give a damn about what Chance the Rapper said. Chance the Rapper is a rapper. He's not a boxer. He don't know, his word don't mean nothing to me. Now, when it comes to making rap songs, then you listen to Chance the Rapper. But when it comes to the sport of boxing, no, we're not trying to push Robert Brown. What he said, you're the joke, it's facts. All right, man. Robert, you probably need to go somewhere else, brother. This ain't the channel for you. We ain't got no fanboys over here. I don't like fanboys. And if you're a fanboy, you get offended, brother, you probably need to kick rocks and go to the Alphabet Boy channel. This is not the channel for you. I don't need your subscription, and I don't need you over here. Period. Holla. Bye, Felicia. Anyways, Antonio, shout out my brother Antonio. Shout out my brother Antonio for the super chat. While making assumptions of a third Instagram snippets, we don't know how long they've been training or working on other things other than what you see on Instagram. Exactly. But what I'm saying is this here. Antonio, you're right about that, fam. You know, they could be working on some kind of secret weapon. They could have some kind of things that they, you know, but people are going to talk about it. The Alphabet Boys are even talking about it. People are going to talk about it, Antonio, because that's what they're releasing. People who are pro Deontay Wilder fans, their hopes are into what they have seen thus far on these videos. We don't know what's going to happen. The question is, and the question is still is, who has the better team? Who has the advantage? Malik Scott or Sugar Hill? Who's the better trainer, basically? You know, it is my opinion, brother, that Sugar Hill has a hell of a pedigree as a trainer. You see what I'm saying? So we don't know. We'll find out July 24th. You know, we'll find out July 24th. Peter Von Arx, what you say, fam? Wilder can't let Fury put him on the back foot again like he did in the second fight. I don't think he's going to have a choice. I don't think he's going to have a choice because the only way Fury can win that fight, he's going to have to put Wilder on the back foot. He's going to have to put Wilder on the back foot and see how much power he can generate for coming on the back foot. Bro, because we know what cheating look like, that don't mean you're a Wilder fanboy. Listen, all I'm saying is this here. This is what I'm saying. So Wilder, Fury, okay, so you saying Fury, I don't cover this a million times already about this cheating allegations and stuff like that. You know, all of this stuff. Fury had egg weights in his gloves. Fury spiked Deontay Wilder's water bottle through Mark Breland. JD's allowed Mark Breland to put egg weights in his gloves. He took padding out of his gloves. The referee was cheating. So all of these things happened was the reason why Wilder lost. And if that's your argument, okay, cool. He'll get a chance to show us on July 24th. But I'm gonna tell you what, Brandon Scott, I'm gonna tell you what. If Fury beats Wilder July 24th, what would you say then? That's the $1 million question. If Fury beats Wilder July 24th, what would you say then? I'm waiting on the answer for that. If Fury beat Wilder July 24th, what will you say then? Will you say Fury found a new and improved way to cheat? Will you say Malik Scott betrayed Wilder as well? Will you say the referee was a crab in the bucket referee again? Will you say that the water bottle was tainted? Will you say that Fury had egg weights, dumbbells, or whatever else in his gloves again? Will you say this? Will you say that Fury paid off the Nevada Athletic Commission to allow him to cheat? Will you say that Fury paid off the WBC Mauricio Suleiman to allow him to cheat again like he did the first fight? Will you say that Wilder, Tyson Fury paid off the costume company that made Wilder's costume, which made his legs weak before he walked in the ring, that he paid them to cheat Wilder? What would you say then? Because according to what you're still saying, 15 months later, that the only reason Tyson Fury won is because he cheated. And if that's the reason why you feel like he won, then Wilder doesn't need to make any improvements. What he does is fine already. He doesn't need to make any improvements because the only reason he lost, he got cheated. So why fire your trainer? Why even making improvements? Come on, man. I'm making too much sense right now. You know, I have a feeling that whoever loses this fight retires. Wilder wouldn't handle a second loss in a row. You know what I mean? I really want to see this. I really want to see this fight again now. I really want to see this fight again now. They fought twice. They fought twice so far. I just want to know if Wilder loses this fight against Tyson Fury, what would his fans say then? What would his fans say then? Brandon say, I am a man of honor and dignity. If it looks just like the second fight, and he have better looking gloves, I am going to call Tyson Fury the greatest ever. No, not only the gloves. We have to make sure that Wilder doesn't wear the costume anymore that wore his legs out. And we got to make sure that we have the right referee in there that's not a crab in the bucket referee, even though he was black. And we got to make sure that Wilder doesn't have a trainer to spike his water bottle. Because we heard 5 different reasons why Wilder lost. So that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, man. That's all I'm saying. If he lose again, if Tyson Fury beat him again, what are the Wilder fans going to say? Fury apparently cheated the first fight. Then he found a new and improved way to cheat the second fight. So if he beats Wilder, in the third fight, what are you going to say? Please, Brandon, the other dude that I said bye Felicia, he probably gone. That's good. I'm glad his ass gone. Anyways, Robert Brown or whatever. What are you going to say? What are you going to say? Fury didn't win because he's a 6'9", 275-pound giant that can box, and then decided to fight front foot dominant and put Wilder on the back foot. That's not why he lost. He lost because Wilder lost because he got cheated by Fury. Wilder got cheated by the referee. Wilder got cheated by his trainer, Mark Breland. Wilder got cheated by Tyson Fury with egg waste and padding taken out of the glove. Wilder got cheated by the costume company who made the costume that made his legs weak. Wilder got cheated by Mauricio Suleiman, who assisted Tyson Fury in cheating Wilder. Wilder got cheated by the Nevada Athletic Commission, who allowed Fury to put egg weights in his gloves and take padding out. Wilder also got cheated by VADA, who did the drug testing after the fight to make sure that Wilder and Fury had nothing in their system, and VADA lied and conspired to say that Wilder had nothing in his system, even though Wilder said he believed that Mark Breland put something in his water bottle. So Fury did all of this stuff. So my question again is this. If Wilder loses with this new trainer, Malik Scott, is it going to be Malik Scott's fault? Is it going to be the referee fault? Is it going to be the water bottle's fault? Is it going to be Mauricio Suleiman's fault? Is it going to be the costume company fault? Will Wilder wear a costume this time? Since his costume drained his legs the fourth time, the third and the second fight, hopefully he don't wear a costume this time. So I'm asking a question. For all of you Wilder fans who saying that Fury cheated, we know for a fact he cheated. If Fury wins his third fight, what are you going to say? Make sure you have the FBI at the fight that night. Because we want the FBI to investigate Tyson Fury's gloves. And after the fight, what happens? The commission looks at the gloves of both fighters. In Nevada, that's how they do it. You see what I'm saying? So that's all I want to know. And I haven't heard anything. Where you Wilder fans at? I'm asking you guys. If Fury wins again, why are you not saying anything? Where you at? Where you at? Mike Tyson fans didn't even make these many excuses when he lost to James Buster Douglas. Listen, I was a Mike Tyson fanboy. And I told you guys, I was a fan. I know what it's like to be a fanboy because I was a fanboy of four fighters. I was a fanboy of Marvelous Marvin Hagler, RIP to Marvelous Marvin Hagler. I was a fan of Pernell Whitaker, RIP to Pernell Sweet Pea Whitaker. I was a fan of Mike Tyson, a fanboy of Mike Tyson, and I was a fanboy of Roy Jones Jr. Trust me, when Buster Douglas beat Mike Tyson, you know what my excuse was? The referee, Richard Steele, took too long to count when Mike Tyson knocked down Buster Douglas. It was a long count. Everybody said that who was a fan of Mike Tyson. Now, we didn't have a whole bunch of excuses. We ignored the fact that Tyson was snorting coke all night with Bobby Brown. We ignored the fact that Tyson wasn't training. We ignored all of that. And went straight to blaming Richard Steele. So my question is this, and I don't see any of these Wilder fans who said that Tyson Fury cheated, they quiet as a church mouse right now. I'm looking through the chat. I don't even see them. Like, where they at? Like, y'all were just here. Like, keep that same energy. My question is, if Wilder loses again to Tyson Fury, what would be the excuse this time? Brandon Scott, here you go. First of all, the costume reason was a spent narrative. That was Tyson. That's what Wilder said out of his mouth. I can pull up the interview he gave to Kevin Iole. It was a spent narrative. So if it was a spent narrative, that means that Wilder spent that narrative. If I feel drugged and I start to describe what I felt, I'm gonna say I didn't feel right from the beginning. I felt my suit kind of felt heavy. Okay, so my question is, will you give Tyson Fury the credit if he win the third fight? Coach, is going to be somebody's fault. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. No, sir. That's not what happened, sir. That's not what happened. We're not going to do that here. We're not going to do that here. As a matter of fact, let's do this. All right, I'm back. As a matter of fact, you said the wrong interviewer got a hold of the costume narrative and spent it, and y'all ran with it. Here we go. Here we go. See, this is what I'm going to do, brother. Brandon, this is what I do on this channel. I come with receipts. I'm so happy you said that, brother. So happy you said that. Shout out to Antonio. Antonio said that AJ fans and pro AJ media made plenty of excuses when AJ lost. What's the difference? The difference is this. AJ didn't make no excuses. You cannot find one interview where AJ said that I didn't feel right before I came into the fight. You couldn't find one interview that says that AJ said that the referee cheated me. You couldn't find one interview where where AJ made all these damn excuses after he lost to Ruiz. He said, I lost. Andrew Ruiz was the better man that night. We're going to run it back. That's the difference. But Brandon said that the wrong interviewer got a hold of that costume narrative and y'all ran with it. I'm glad you said that, brother. So glad you said that. As a matter of fact, I don't even have to share my screen. I'm not even going to share the screen. This is what I'm going to do. I got the video right here, brother. I got the video right here. I just unplugged everything. I got the video right here. I got the video right here. Let's do this. So you said the wrong interviewer got a hold of that costume narrative and spent it and y'all ran with it. Okay. Remember those words you just said. Remember those words you just said. I'm finna come with the cracking right now on this. Let's see. Let's do this. Playlist. Let's go to my playlist. Let's go to, there we go. There we go. Kevin Iole and Deontay Wilder. My brother Brandon said that the wrong interviewer got a hold of that costume narrative and we spent it the wrong way. And we ran with it. That's what you said, right? Watch this. Watch this. Finna bust your ass right here. Gotcha. Got him. Let's see. Where we at? Kevin Iole. Where you at, brother? We got the autopsy. We have Kevin Iole. Bam. Here we go. Kevin Iole right here, bro. Now I want you to hear what Deontay Wilder said out of his own mouth. Since you say that we spinning it, right? We spent it. We took the narrative and ran with it, right? I want you to see this interview. This interview, this is the title. Kevin Iole drops the Deontay Wilder suit was too heavy video. This is the video. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna put the link in the description so you can see it for yourself. Brandon, Let me keep my mouth closed.
What do you think happened? I mean, you knew that he was going to come forward and come at you. He said he was going to fight that way. You know, that wasn't the Deontay that we've seen for, 40-some plus fights. What do you think happened? Did he hurt you early on that, affected you the rest of the way?
No, he didn't hurt me at all. It was from the fact that, my uniform coming out, Kevin, was way too heavy for me. I didn't have no legs from the beginning of the fight.
Let's see that one more time, Brandon, just in case, just in case I'm spinning it the wrong way. Just in case I'm spinning it the wrong way, and we took it and ran with it. Let's hear what Deontay, the Bronze Bomber Wilder, said immediately, like a couple days or two after he lost the fight. He didn't say nothing about gloves. He didn't say nothing about the water bottle. He didn't say nothing about he didn't say nothing about the referee. He didn't say nothing about none of that. You said, Brandon, that the wrong interviewer, the interview that Deontay Wilder freely gave to Kevin Iole. If you listen, Kevin Iole asked one simple question: what happened? This was not the same Deontay Wilder that we have been used to seeing, right? He didn't spin anything. He just let Wilder talk. This is what Deontay Wilder said out of his own mouth. Now tell me, sir, how did we took that and ran with it? This is your guy, Deontay Wilder.
What do you think happened? I mean, you knew that he was going to come forward and come at you. He said he was going to fight that way. That wasn't the Deontay that we've seen for, 40-some plus fights. What do you think happened? Did he hurt you early on that, affected you the rest of the way?
No, he didn't hurt me at all. It was from the fact that, my uniform coming out, Kevin, was way too heavy for me. I didn't have no legs from the beginning of the fight.
All right, so when you say, Brandon, we spin the narrative the wrong way, like how did I spin that? This is what Wilder said. A question was asked. Your Wilder responded by saying, no, that wasn't it. He said Tyson Fury did not hurt me at all. That's what he said, right? Oh, he didn't hurt me. Shout out to my brother, the outlaw pugilist. Shout out to my brother, the outlaw pugilist, man. Bring the Ali Bell for my brother. Really good. You really good UK channel. You see what I'm saying? Now, this is what he said out of his own mouth. Where did I spin that at? Wilder specifically said that he specifically said that the costume wore his legs out. Brandon, what'd he say? He said, bro, he said his suit was way too heavy. I don't get it. Y'all acting like Deontay is the best with words. Oh man, goddamn. So he said his suit was way too heavy. What does that mean, sir, as it relates to why he lost the fight? Bro, if you drug from the beginning, that's what I'm saying. He didn't have his legs. His costume felt heavy. That's all it is. Man, I'm done. I'm done. I am done. I am done. Okay, now let's see. Let's see. I am done. I'm done. I'm done. I really am. So he was drugged now. So Tyson Fury was drugged. So Deontay Wilder was drugged. So I play his words back to you, and now you're making excuses. Even though you heard the words that came out of Deontay Wilder's mouth. No, Kevin, not at all. Tyson Fury never hurt me. It's just that my costume was way too heavy, before I came out. This is what he said. He didn't say nothing about he was drugged. He said that later on down the line, after he thought about it and pondered it. So you're saying he was drugged. Who drugged him? So Wilder was drugged, and if he was drugged, how come the VADA when they did the drug testing after the fight, how come Wilder did not find any drugs in Deontay Wilder's system? So that means Wilder conspired against an American heavyweight champion in Deontay Wilder to cheat him for a guy out of his title when they haven't done it for the 40-something fights he's had, or they haven't done it for the 5 years that he's been champion. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, he would say, bro, you didn't spend it. He said it. Exactly. I know I didn't spend it. That's what he said. That's what he said. That's all I'm saying, Brandon. I didn't spend it. This is what Wilder said out of his mouth. Let's see let's look at some other receipts. I got some more receipts. I got a whole list of receipts right here. I have a whole list of receipts right here. Oh, let's go here. What else we got? Let's see. I got the egg weight form. Let's see what JD said. Let's see what JD said. So apparently JD's was on the take as well. Let's see what JD said. This is the night of the fight.
This is Rob Tubbett, Boxing Social in association with Betfred, joined here in the immediate aftermath of Tyson Fury's TKO win over Deontay Wilder. I'm joined by Jay Deers. Jay, talk to me about that fight.
Tough fight. You know, we've been on the plus side of 40-something of these, so this is a new experience. But, you know, it's life. This is life. Everything's not going to go your way all the time. You gotta take the good with the bad, and you got to come back.
It seems to me like Deontay never really recovered from the shot to the ear in, I think, the third round. Would that be accurate?
Well, until I see the video, it's hard for me to say exactly what happened. I'm not sure. You know, his legs didn't look great to me early on. I didn't think his legs looked like they normally look. And so I know he came to the ring, and they're very...
So JD's saying right here that Deontay Wilder's legs did not look great early on. He don't know what was wrong with the legs, yada, 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 right? So let's continue.
Like the outfit was very heavy, and I don't know if that had to do with it or they normally look. And so I know he came to the ring, and they're very, very, like the outfit was very heavy, and I don't know if that had to do with it or if you know, Tyson's a lot of weight to be putting on you as well. I don't know. I don't know exactly all the answers yet, but once I see the film, I'll know more.
So JD said that it looked like the outfit was very heavy. This is what JD said immediately after Tyson Fury beat Deontay Wilder. So Team Deontay Wilder from the jump. This is JD's now. JD said it looked like Deontay Wilder's costume was very heavy. This is what he said, right? This is what he said, brother. That's all I'm saying. So, well, I'm enjoying the honest debate. We're just going to wait for the next fight. If Fury doesn't look nothing like the second fight, then what would be your excuse? I don't have any excuses. If Fury gets beat, guess what? Fury lost. Deontay Wilder was the better man. That's the difference between me and Wilder fans. When Mike Tyson lost, he lost to the better man. Even though I was a fanboy at the time. I was 16 years old when Mike Tyson lost. So I was a fanboy. I ain't gonna lie, I made all kinds of excuses. You know, the referee, Richard Steele, was the reason why Tyson lost. Even though Mike Tyson said himself, no, man, that ain't the reason why I lost. I just got beat. Mike Tyson said, I just got beat. But us fanboys made excuses for him. So I get it. Trust me, I get it. I was once in your shoes. So I do get it. When Roy Jones got beat by Tarver and he got knocked out, Tarver said, what's going to be your excuse this time, Roy? After they fought the first fight and Roy Jones beat Tarver the first fight. You see what I'm saying? And he knocked Roy Jones out. So trust me, I get it. I get it, fam. Trust me, I get it. But let's continue. Let's continue. We got to do this because one thing about me, man, I like to thoroughly go through stuff.
How is Deontay currently?
He's good. He had like just a little cut inside the ear, and whether I don't know how much that affected his equilibrium, but he's good.
Talk to me about the stoppage. Obviously, we saw the towel coming from Mark Breland.
Yeah. Mark, I haven't talked to Mark. I got to figure out exactly what happened there. You know, Deontay's a go out on his shield kind of guy, and he's let that be known. And so you know, it was just a little bit of a surprise to me because Deontay is such a puncher that you know you have to give him every benefit of the doubt because he can turn things around.
How impressed were you with Tyson Fury's performance tonight?
He did a great job. He had a great team, and he came in with a game plan, and he did what he had to do. I'm hopeful that we get a rematch. I'm a competitive person and all that, and in other sports you get to come right back and play a week later. In boxing, it may be 6 months. So so we will have time to see the film and break it down and go from there.
I appreciate it's very.
So JD's, when they asked him, they said, "What do you think about Tyson's performance?" JD's said that, Tyson did a real good job. They had a real good game plan, and he had a real good team. Earlier, he said that Wilder's legs did not look the same. The costume was kind of heavy. Nobody spent anything. I didn't spend it. ESPN didn't spend it. Tyson Fury fans didn't spend it. Nobody. This is what your team said out of their mouth. JD's and Deontay Wilder. I just played 2 videos, one from JD's and one from Deontay Wilder, where he gave the interview to Kevin Iole. This is what your guy said. Nobody spent anything, sir. This is what they said out of their own mouth. My question is this: if, and this is the if, because there's a good chance that Wilder probably can land that shot and knock Tyson Fury out and he can win, right? But if Fury beats Wilder again, what would be your excuse this time? Listen, Evan, chat is get banged. No mention of a dent. Yeah, I got the dent video here. Listen, I got the dent video here. Egg-shaped form. I got the egg-shaped dent. I got the egg-shaped video here too. I got that. I got the egg-shaped video here. I got the video where Marcellus Wiley said that the autopsy revealed that his brother had a dent in his head. Only problem with that is an autopsy is a medical procedure, a medical surgical procedure that is used to determine the cause of death. He probably meant to say X-ray. Shout out to my brother Toon. Toon say, "I'm here, big dog. I'm putting 500 on Fury." Look good hitting the pads, but pads don't hit back. Okay. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, fam. That's all I'm saying, fam. Mark Breland said, JD said that Tyson Fury did a good job. He said he had a good game plan, and he said that Tyson Fury had a great team. That's what he said. Brandon said Tyson did a good job, but I didn't like the way his gloves look. I don't understand. I never seen any fighter with a whole dent in the front of their gloves. Okay, now let's address the dent. I don't know if you ever had egg weights before, sir, but let me show you something. This is a mouse, as you can see. Egg weights are about the size of this mouse. I've shadow boxed with egg weights before. It would be damn near impossible to put on tight gloves, 10-ounce gloves, or whatever gloves they had on at heavyweights, and to have egg weights in your glove. Literally impossible, right? But let's do this. Let's do this. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. Because I have the famous egg weight video that Deontay Wilder dropped as well. I have that too. I have all the receipts right here, brother. I have all the receipts right here. I have receipts of everything, every excuse that was made. I even have a receipt of Kenny Bayless. Remember the crab in the bucket referee that Deontay Wilder talked about? That was one of the reasons why he lost the fight. I even have a receipt of what Kenny Bayless said. I just told you, bro, if Fury beats Wilder and the gloves look nothing like the second fight, I'm going to call a spade a spade. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, fam. I appreciate that. But I appreciate that. I appreciate that. And I'm glad you man up to say that. I'm glad you man up to say that. Just imagine the egg weight over the knuckles. Bro, you can't even put egg weights over the knuckles in a glove. You can't. You'll break your fingers. Literally. But they know that these guys, they know a lot of these Deontay Wilder fans, they just started watching boxing 2-3 years ago. They don't know. They don't know. They know they don't know. They can tell these guys anything. They can tell these guys anything. These guys just started. These are really casual fans. Literally. If you ever even put on a pair of gloves, just go to any sporting goods store. Just go to any sporting goods store. Buy you some gloves. Buy you some 10-ounce gloves. Wrap your hands. Put some hand wraps on. Try to put your hand in a 10-ounce gloves with a metal object in the palm of your hand. But not only that, forget the palm in your hand. Because the way Wilder explained it, that means that Fury would have had to put the egg weights in the glove first and then put his hand inside the glove, and JD's had to witness that and then wrap his gloves up and then punch like that. You would have saw, so you know how you say that the padding was taken out of Fury's glove and it sunk in and you saw his knuckles? Let's say you're right about that. Let's say you're right about that. If you would have had egg weights in his glove, in the knuckle part of his glove, we wouldn't have saw the knuckle prints in the glove. You would have saw the egg weight shape in the glove. And Fury would have broke his goddamn fingers as hard as he was punching Deontay Wilder that night. That's all I'm saying, fam. That's all I'm saying. Shout out to Leighton. Coach, you killing it with facts. But, bro, some people don't want to see the truth no matter what you show them, bro. Yeah. They don't want to see it. They don't want to see it. Listen, Leighton, I was the same way, fam. Trust me. I used to be just like them Wilder fans and the fanboys. I was just like them with Mike Tyson, with Marvin Hagler, with Pernell Sweet Pea Whitaker. Rest in peace to Marvin Hagler. Rest in peace to Pernell Sweet Pea Whitaker. Let's ring the Ali bell for both of them. I can't use the Tyson bell because my brother, Showbiz the Adult, got that. So I'm going to use the Ali bell. We're going to ring the Ali bell for them. You said I was the same way, and with Roy Jones. So I know where they coming from. I was just like them 20-some years ago. I was just like them, bro. Trust me. I was just like them. Fanboy to the heart. Made every excuse in the world for my fighter. I made up stuff that my fighter didn't even say. Because I refused to accept that my fighter lost. Right? Shout out to Toon. Okay, so if your water was spiked, Fury had metal and egg weights in his gloves, wouldn't that be good enough reason to stop the fight? Did Breland dirty, can't be pro-black and fire the brother first? Listen, yeah, they did Breland dirty. Listen, that hit the nail right on the head, Toon. That hit the nail right on the head. If you truly believe Tyson Fury had an illegal object in his hand, that illegal object that he had in his gloves could have killed Deontay Wilder. Why fire Mark Breland for throwing the towel in, saving your life? Checkmate. Checkmate. If Deontay Wilder really believed that Tyson Fury had metal in his glove, in the knuckles of his glove, the glove had knuckle prints in them, not egg weight prints, knuckle prints. If Deontay Wilder really believed that, and he was getting his skull bashed in, meaning he said that his skull had a dent in it, why would you get mad at Mark Breland for saving your life by throwing the towel in? No, Brandon, I'm not even talking about you, brother, no more. I'm just throwing that out there. I'm just throwing that out there, fam. I'm just throwing that out there, brother. Because Toon make a valid point. Toon make a valid point. Let me tell you something. If I was in a boxing match and Toon, let's say Toon or Brandon, if you were my trainer, and if I was in a boxing match and I was getting the brakes beat off of me, and you felt, wait a minute, man, the dude that's beating up Coach, let's say me and Toon was in my corner, Brandon, you was in my corner, and let's say my brother right here, Jay Rodriguez, what do you think about Usyk wanting extra money now? Usyk trying to get his money, man. I ain't mad at him. I am not mad at him. But listen, if I'm in the ring getting the brakes beat off of me and people get killed, we have seen several fighters get killed in boxing. that were not cheating. I have a wife at home. I have kids at home, right? And Deontay Wilder has a wife at home and kids at home. So this is why I'm saying that. So I'm Deontay Wilder. I'm in the same situation he's in. Let's say I'm Wilder and I'm boxing somebody, and my trainer, Mark Breland, knows that I have a wife at home, I have kids at home, and we know and believe that Tyson Fury has a metal object in his glove. And he's using that metal object to bash my fighter's skull in. So I throw the towel in to save my fighter's life. You throw the towel in. To save my life from getting beat by Jay Rodriguez, Brandon. Why would I turn around and fire you for doing the right thing? If I truly believe that this guy was beating me at an unfair advantage. It's common sense, dog. That's all I'm saying. I'm not talking about you, Brandon. I'm just saying that's common sense. If I'm fighting the guy, he's bashing my skull in, and I have a dent in my head, according to Deontay Wilder. Man, throw that towel in. Save my life so I can live to see fight another day. You would have had to kill me. That's what he said. I'm not trying to die right now. Anything that can be said can be refuted. Any excuse that was given, I can refute it easily. I would debate any Alphabet Boy channel and eat them up just with logic. I don't have to raise my voice and none of that. I just play these videos and I break it down the way I'm breaking it down to you guys and say, explain this to me. What you say, Coach? This fanboys hate you so much since you called out the pathetic excuse narrative. I mean, it's no problem. I don't have a fanboy channel, so this is not the channel for them. The fanboys will have to go to where they can keep hearing the same thing to make them feel good. You see what I'm saying? That's all. But I'm just saying. So, anyways, back to the subject at hand. Malik Scott. I think I kind of proved my point on this Tyson Fury cheated thing. I think I kind of proved my point, and I'm not even defending Tyson Fury. I'm not even a Tyson Fury. I was a fan of Tyson Fury, but I'm not anymore. I don't even like Fury anymore, to be honest with you. But what I'm not going to do, I'm not going to lie on the man. I'm not going to lie on Tyson Fury. I'm not going to do that. Fury does enough lying himself, but I'm not going to lie on the man. You see what I'm saying? Like, I can just play you videos of what Team Wilder said out of their own mouth. That's all I'm saying. So other than that, that's it. If I'm a fighter, if any one of you guys training me, and if you feel like the guy that I'm fighting has an unfair advantage, he has metal in his gloves, the first thing I'm gonna do, hey ref, check that dude gloves. He got metal in his gloves. He have egg weights in his glove. Check his gloves again. We gonna discover that right there on the spot. Barrios a little too big for Tank, in my opinion. I kind of scared of Tank. I ain't even gonna lie. Tank for the win. Yeah, man, I think Tank gonna have his hands full, brother. Tank gonna have his hands full on that fight tune. Brandon Scott say, bro, this is a gladiator sport. If I pay you to do a job and until you and what you say? And until you what not, and if I tell you what not to do and you do it anyways, that's why you get fired. Bro, I can't believe you said nothing like that. I'm done. Clearly, this is a fruitless and pointless conversation. I'm gonna move on. Let's move on. This is a gladiator sport. A gladiator sport where you believe that a guy had metal in his gloves that put a dent, you believe, in the side of your head. That came from inswell. When you put inswell on the side of the head, the brain is swelling down. That was an impression from the inswell. Trust me, I got it used on me multiple times. But if you never fought before, never boxed before, you wouldn't know that. But anyways, I'm going to leave that subject alone. This is a waste of time. Can we discuss the Fury's having a breakdown now? Much strange behavior, Instagram hack, etc. Party. It ain't right. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, fam, if Fury having a breakdown or not. I don't know. And I really don't care. Because if he loses against Deontay Wilder, that ain't gonna be no excuse. I'm the no excuses guy. I'm the no excuses guy. When you fight, some nights are your night and some nights are not your night. My thing is this here. Deontay, even though I would love to see Deontay Wilder knock Tyson Fury out, I don't see it happening. I'm gonna tell you why. Because you have to acknowledge why you lost the fight. If you don't acknowledge why you lost the fight, you're not going to make no changes. Because you don't feel you need to make changes, because the only reason you lost is because the other guy cheated, according to you. And ask Deontay Wilder's wife, would she rather see her husband get killed in the ring, where she don't see her husband anymore and see her kids anymore? And if you are a fan and supporter of Deontay Wilder, why in the hell would you want to see something like that anyways? You care nothing about Deontay Wilder neither. I don't want to see that for him or anybody. But anyway, this is fruitless. This is fruitless. This is fruitless. Trust me, bro. This is woo, boy. I am wasting my breath. Let's move on. Deontay said he told his whole camp to never throw the towel in. Even if he died, he died. If you go against that, I can fire you. Wow. There you have it, guys. Do you see what this guy just said? Yeah, let me move on. Bro, why do you keep mentioning the egg weights and medals? I didn't say anything about egg weights and medal. Why I keep mentioning egg weights? I'm gonna say this what I'm gonna do, brother. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why right now.
Every business is on a journey, and along the ride, you'll find many challenges.
Why I keep mentioning egg weights? Shout out to Steve J for the super chat.
So you can stop at nothing for your customers.
Silence is gold, but my ears can still hear and my eyes can still see. The Bible also tells us to be swift to hear and slow to speak. You see, what you don't understand, thief, what you did is what my people deal with all the time. Someone cheating them from providing their greatness into the world. But it's a burden that we cut off only to make us stronger. I saw in the first fight where Ricky Hatton was pulling down your gloves to put your fist in the improper position. Y'all tried the same method the second time, but this time you scratched flesh out of my ears, which caused my ears to bleed. It's impossible for a brand new 10-ounce glove to bend, to keep a smushed in form, or to have loose space. I highly believe you put something hard in your glove. Something the size and the shape of an egg weight. Here's the reason why the side of my face swelled up in an egg weight form.
This is why I'm bringing up the egg weights. Because Deontay Wilder brought up the egg weights. Deontay Wilder brought the egg weights up. He said it's impossible to scratch flesh from someone's ear with gloves on. And he said, I highly believe that you had something of the egg weight form shape in your gloves. This is why I have a dent on the side of my head the size, dent on the side of my head in the form of an egg weight. This is why I brought up the egg weights, brother. Bars. Man, I got so many videos on this phone, bro. I can drop a compilation of excuses. All right, I'm gonna move on. All right, so anyways, in my opinion, I think that Malik Scott versus Sugal Hill, I think that Sugal Hill is a better trainer than Malik Scott. I think that Fury does have the advantage in this fight from a simple fact that he beat the guy. Not only he beat Deontay Wilder, he destroyed him. And he humiliated him and he embarrassed him. You see what I'm saying? So psychologically, Fury knows I can beat this guy because I did it already before. Fury believes that he beat him the first time, which I believe he beat him the first time too, but it was a draw. That's neither here nor there. But the second fight, he fought him totally differently. So it is my opinion that the reason why Deontay Wilder lost the second fight was because he was not prepared. He was not prepared. That's why he lost the second fight. He was not prepared. Now, I know that Deontay Wilder believes that Fury Wilder lost the fight because of the costume, because his water bottle was spiked, because of the referee, because of the egg weights, and because of the padding was taken out of the glove. So I understand that Wilder believes that these are the 5 reasons, not the one reason, but the 5 reasons. This is the 5 reasons why Deontay Wilder lost to Tyson Fury. He did not lose because Tyson Fury had better footwork. He did not lose because Tyson Fury had a better game plan. He did not lose because Tyson Fury was a better boxer. He did not lose because Tyson Fury had a better, had better trainers in the camp. You see what I'm saying? He did not lose because Tyson Fury outsmarted and outmaneuvered and was outthinking his opponent that night. He lost because the egg weights, the padding taken out of the gloves, the referee, the costume, and the water bottle. So my thing, what I'm saying is this, and I want everybody to please hear me clearly. If I cannot, when I look back at the film, and I sit back and say, you know what? Man, this is what Tyson Fury did right here. He fainted like he was going to come in, and when I did like this here, he rushed me. Because he knew once I flinched and went back, there was no way I could generate enough speed that, and throw my right hand to land that punch. That's why he fainted, to get me guessing. Once you flinch like this, hop, and then I come right in. That's why they faint in boxing. They faint in boxing to get a certain reaction so they can see a certain look, right? So when I throw that feint and I see how you react, oh, this way he at, this way he, when I did that, he did like this here. Let me do it again. Oh, he did like this here. Let me do and then come on in. Pop out. Now I know he's gonna throw the right hand. When he throw the right hand, let me make sure when I throw my jab, I turn my shoulder with it and I have my fist like this here. Because he's a one-handed fighter. Surely, because I looked at that fight 4 times. I studied what Fury did. He didn't really do anything. He didn't really do anything special, to be honest with you. Fury didn't do anything special, to be honest with you. Fury looked at it and said, you know what? I saw what happened in the first fight. Ben Davison told me to back up, be ducking and dodging, and I got knocked down twice. And then the only 2 rounds I got knocked down in, Wilder won. And then the referee said, then the judge said it was a draw. I'm going to have to get rid of Ben Davison and get me a more aggressive coach, a coach who I'm familiar with, a trainer who I'm familiar with, because I worked with Emmanuel Stewart, the great late Emmanuel Stewart before, and I had Sugal Hill in my corner in the past. Let me work with someone who's going to take me back to what I used to do back in the day and put this guy who's supposed to be the hardest puncher in the history of boxing According to who, I don't even know. And I'm going to come with something totally different. And Kevin Iole said the same thing when he interviewed Wilder. He said, man, listen, what happened to you that night? You did not look the same. He said you knew that Fury was going to come forward because he said he was going to come forward. What happened? Did he hurt you? No, man, he didn't hurt me. No, man, he didn't hurt me. You know what I mean? He said that it was a costume. So that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. You know, that's all I'm saying. So my thing is this here. In order for Deontay Wilder to win the third fight against Tyson Fury, he's going to have to accept the fact that he's going to have to accept the reality of why and how he lost the second fight. If he doesn't accept the reality of how and of why and how he lost the second fight, I can tell you that he's going to do the exact same thing he did in the rest of his 40-something fights he's had. He's not going to make adjustments, and he's going to get his ass whooped again in the third fight. I can promise you that. Jabril, what you say, fam? Fainting is an art as well. Exactly. Exactly. Stephen Tarr, Freddie Rose told him he can knock out Wilder. Yes, he did. He told him that in the first fight. He told him that in the first fight. Yes, he did. Brandon, what you say on what I'm saying is most of those could be excuses. All I'm saying is I've never allowed my eyes to lie to me with the gloves. Yeah, okay, I'm not denying that. But what I'm saying is you said a whole bunch of things. Not you, but I'm saying it was the water bottle, it was the referee, it was the costume, it was two different versions of the glove. Your version is Tyson Fury knuckles was showing, so he took the padding out of the glove, right? That's what you're saying. Deontay Wilder said something different to what you're saying. Wilder said that he believed Fury had egg weight shape in his glove. Now, the egg weight is the size of this mouse. It weighed like 3 pounds or something like that. And I'm telling you, ain't no way in the hell he could have. And he said that for what Fury was saying, for what Wilder was saying, that he think that Fury put the egg weights in the glove first and then put his fist in. My only problem with that, sir, is how would he would have been able to do that in front of the Nevada Athletic Commission, in front of Mauricio Suleiman, in front of JD's, and Kenny Bates, the referee there. Because guess what? When you go in the locker room, what do the referees do? After they wrap the gloves up, as a matter of fact, let me do this. I got one more for you. Fam, because I want to address what you're saying, Brandon, about I want to address what you're saying, brother, about Fury with the gloves.
They're coming for it. Your personal data.
I got one more thing.
Claiming that he made about 20 different excuses, but some of the ones that stuck with me were Wilder possibly had an egg weight, which for those who don't know is a product that you hold in your hand. It's literally shaped like an egg. It's heavy, and it's, for shadow boxing, running, whatever. That he had an egg weight in his glove, that his hand wasn't fully in the glove. And just so we could put this glove crap to rest, like, Teddy, can you explain how hard it would be to put something in a glove with all the commissioners and your opponent's representative watching you get wrapped and gloved up?
The way that the rules have changed, the way that they go about protecting against such a thing now makes it almost just about impossible, because you have inspectors. You cannot, first of all, they give you the gloves when it's just before it's time to glove up. So they keep the gloves themselves, the commission, the inspectors. They keep it themselves, right? And then they give it to you just, a certain amount of time before the fight. And then they don't allow you to glove up until there's an inspector from the commission and somebody from the other corner watching. So I think Rob might even put a picture up of that you could see during that, in the locker room before that fight, the second fight with Fury and Wilder. You saw a representative of, I believe you saw a representative, I don't know if it was in that fight or there was a picture that
From
was out
Wilder's
there.
team.
This is going to put that, what you said, you saw with your own eyes, with Fury's gloves looking in. This is Teddy Anderson to break it down like a 57 Chevy.
Yeah, standing there, standing there watching the gloving. I mean, standing watching the hand wrapping, watching the gloves get put on. So that is the policy now, that the gloves are kept isolated. They're kept with the commission until just before the fight. And then when you put them on and when you wrap the hands, there's inspectors and there's somebody from the other camp there to make sure that there's nothing wrong done. So that's number one, should be understood. That it's not, there's not something being put in there. It is at a high level now. It has happened, yes. I'm just saying now for it to happen, it's a whole different level of security and things put in place.
Teddy, don't the commissioners also tape the and there's a picture on the screen of Wilder's representatives watching Fury's hands get wrapped and eventually watching his gloves go on.
Yeah, there they are right there.
But don't as soon as the fight is over, doesn't the commission take the gloves off the fighter themselves and inspect them again before a fighter is allowed to take the gloves home?
Yes, and they initial them. You initial them to make sure that there was no tampering. You initial them. They put tape over it. When you tape over it, they draw on the tape to show that the tape couldn't be replaced. So
did you hear what Teddy Atlas said? Now, I'm not a YouTube detective. I'm not the brightest light bulb in the kitchen. I'm not the brightest coloring crayon in the box. I'm not the sharpest butter knife in the kitchen drawer. But the man clearly stated that the way that the Nevada Athletic Commission does in fights today, not the past, but today, they have multiple people in there watching the hands get wrapped. Not only that, they have a representative from Deontay Wilder's camp in the locker room watching the gloves get wrapped, watching the hands get wrapped. After his hands are wrapped, the commission keeps the gloves in a safe, and they don't give the fighters their gloves until right before the fight is to begin. And then when they bring the gloves in for Wilder and Fury, JD's, who is Team Wilder, and a representative of Tyson Fury, will look at Deontay Wilder's hand wraps, look at his gloves, and then after they see the gloves, see there's nothing wrong with them, what do? They wrap the gloves. They put tape around the gloves to make sure that it doesn't come off. So they look at the gloves, sir, to make sure that there's no padding taken out of the gloves. They do that to make sure there's no padding taken out of the gloves. And they do that to make sure that there's no egg waste put inside the glove before you put the gloves on. In order for that to happen, JD's would have had to allow that to go down. Mauricio Suleiman would have had to allow that to go down. The Nevada Athletic Commission would have had to allow that to go down. And everybody involved would have had to allow that to go down. And then the referee, Kenny Bayless, comes in, and guess what he does? He inspects the gloves himself. They put the gloves on, and then they tape the gloves up. And then guess what they do? He said they sign the gloves. You want to know why they sign the gloves? Because that certifies that, hey, there's no funny business going on here. There's no padding that's been taken out of the glove, and there's no egg waste that's been taken out of the glove. They sign off on it. JD says, okay, yeah, everything good, everything Gucci, baby boy, everything tight, everything straight. We ain't got nothing to worry about. It's Gucci. So what you're trying to tell me is all of this went down. So Teddy Atlas lying. The Nevada Athletic Commission conspired against Deontay Wilder. JD's conspired against Deontay Wilder. Kenny Bayless conspired against Deontay Wilder. Mauricio Suleiman conspired against Deontay Wilder. And then he said they check the gloves before they go to the locker room, before they go in the ring. And then as soon as the fight is over, they inspect the gloves again. So if there was any egg waste in there, they would have found it. Unless Tyson Fury paid them off. And if they did, if padding was taken out of the gloves, they would have discovered it before the fight started and after the fight started. I can't break it down no more simpler than that. I really can't. So all of these YouTube detectives from the Alphabet Boy community, aka the letter people, aka this came from young Pharaoh, who came from the Black conscious community. That's who started this whole Glovegate thing. It came from him. I know because I used to be a part of that community myself when I was a Marxist. But that's neither here nor there. Man, I can't. Wow. I don't know what to say, man. Anyways, I really don't know. Bro, I'm literally dumbfounded right now. I'm dumbfounded right now, bro. Literally. Anyways, Edward Stevens. Shout out to my brother Edwards, man, for the super chat. Popeyes gets us. Brandon, what you say, fam? Brandon Scott. Does horsehair shift in the gloves? Yes. Horsehairs has very Halim can better answer that, but horsehairs have very like little padding in it. And if Tyson Fury boxed with horsehairs, then that means Deontay Wilder camp and team allowed him to do that. That still falls on Deontay Wilder's team. You know, Pacquiao versus Spence, August 21st is happening. All right, that's good. I hope so. Shout out to John Lejeune for the super chat. Halim saying, Coach, relax, we're with you. Yeah, no. I was just I'm just trying to. Sometimes, man, you know, my man, I'm not calling anyone a liar. I just know horsehair gloves are very manipulative. You don't have to take the hair out. You can manipulate. It's a puncher's glove. Yeah, exactly. But my point is this here, Brandon. My point is this here. If Tyson Fury fought with those type of gloves, that means his team, Deontay Wilder's team, had no problem with it. They allowed Tyson Fury to fight with those gloves. So that destroys the whole narrative right there. You know, why would you allow Tyson Fury to fight with horsehair gloves and then complain about the same gloves that you allowed him to fight with? Make that make sense to me. If you say, man, he fought with horsehair gloves, guess what? They get 2 sets of gloves. That means Deontay Wilder team didn't see a problem with it. They allowed that to happen. If you had I'm gonna give you a perfect example. Marcos Maidana wanted to fight Floyd Mayweather with horsehair gloves in the second fight. You know what Mayweather said? No, we ain't fighting with those gloves. You got to use another pair of gloves. And he paid Maidana $1 million to change his gloves the night of the fight. Do y'all remember that? So if Wilder had an issue with those horsehair gloves, he could have easily said, no, baby boy, we ain't fighting with those gloves. You're gonna have to use some other gloves because those gloves you're able to manipulate the padding in the gloves. No, we ain't fighting with that. He didn't do that. So you can't turn around and use circular logic and say, hey, you know what? Yeah, we're gonna allow you to fight with those gloves, but then I'm gonna turn around and say that you cheated because of the gloves that you fought me with that I allowed you to use. This shit easy. This easy, bro. This easy. This easy. That's why I would have loved to debate anybody from the Alphabet Boy community on this. Wilder used every excuse he could to make it even though. Even though everything has said has been debunked by Teddy Atlas. Not too much padding and horse gloves, but you can move the gloves around with the hairs and make them on the wall. Yeah. Sergey Kovalev used to fight with those gloves too. Sergey Kovalev did that too. And you can punch him. I actually seen fighters, like when they had those kind of gloves on, they punch him on the ground or they punch him on the wall to get a good, comfortable fit, to make it as hard as possible. But that's not cheating. That's just fighting with horsehair gloves. Unless the boxing commission say, hey, you can't use those gloves anymore, that's not cheating. They need to say, hey, you can't use those gloves. We need to fight with gloves with more padding on them. That's not putting egg weights in them, and that's not taking padding out of them. So we'll see. We'll see. Shout out to my main man Brandon Edwards. Yeah, Brandon. No, I'm not putting no money on that fight. Oh no, Brian. Brian, sorry about that. Brian. Shout out to my main man, Brian Edwards. All right, man. Shout out to you, fam. Pacquiao gonna beat Spence. Watch. Okay. I hope that's official. I agree. I agree with Deontay. Deontay allow that. Yeah, if he allow that to happen, that's on him. That's on him. And that's all I'm saying. The only way Deontay Wilder can beat Tyson Fury in his third fight, you're going to have to make adjustments. You're going to have to acknowledge the reason why you lost. See, in the sport of boxing, right? Check this out. In the sport of boxing, hold on, there's another super chat I missed. Antonio, shout out to my brother Antonio. Antonio, guys, what do you say, fam? Do you think that if that Fury won so easily last time that it can hurt him this fight? It depends on what kind of mentality he comes in there with. If he comes in there with the mentality of, yeah, man, this is what I did to him last time, it's gonna play out the exact same way this time. He could be overconfident, right? He could be overconfident. That's a possibility. Or he could say, okay, see, this is what a good trainer will do. Antonio, check this out. This is what a good trainer will do. All right, this is how the first fight went. This is how the second fight went. Now, Wilder's going to have to make adjustments to counter what I did to him in the second fight. You see what I'm saying, Antonio? So if I was training Tyson Fury, I would say, okay, Fury, listen, this is the game plan that we did in the second fight. What is it that Tyson Fury, what is it that Malik Scott could be teaching Deontay Wilder to counter what you did in the second fight? You see what I'm saying? Put together a game plan to see, how do I get around all of these things? Tyson Fury can confuse Wilder with a lot of feints. Feint. Get Wilder to overcommit with that right hand, and then counter it or whatever. I don't know what the game plan is going to be. You see what I'm saying? I don't know what the game plan is going to be. I would use a lot of mental pressure and put him in an uncomfortable situation like we did in the second fight. I don't think there's a possibility, Antonio, that since he won so easy, he could lose the second fight, the third fight. But I doubt it, because I think Tyson Fury will come into the match. He understands that this is a new fight. This is a new fight, and I got to come at it differently. I just can't wait for it to happen. The 21st. Ring all your friends tonight and let them know. A war is about to start tomorrow. Ramirez. Oh yeah, Ramirez and Josh Taylor. I covered that yesterday. I didn't get a lot of views on that video, but I covered that yesterday. It's a shame because no one is interested in the fight, really. I'm a diehard boxing fan, so I want to see that fight. My prediction for tomorrow night for Jose Ramirez and Josh Taylor, I'm gonna ride with Josh Taylor. I saw the face-off that they had in Las Vegas. The boy Josh Taylor, I seen the boy Josh Taylor looked like he's taller too. Even though I know Jose Ramirez is 5'10" and Josh Taylor is 5'10", but he looked like he was like an inch or two taller than Jose Ramirez. And he was talking trash to him. So I'm I'm a bet a light $50 on Josh Taylor. But that's a pick 'em fight. That's a 50-50 fight. Because Josh Taylor can be lured into fighting a war. And I don't think Josh Taylor should fight Jose Ramirez on the inside. I don't think that. Wilder need to go for the body and then land the right hand. I agree with that. I agree with that. That's what Wilder got to do. That's what Wilder got to do. But I'm gonna just be honest with you. I'm gonna just be honest with you guys. That dude Tyson Fury, that dude good, man. He good, dog. He good. He fights to the level of his competition. He good. No matter how I feel about Tyson Fury personally, I cannot take away from his boxing skills. He good. No matter how I feel about Deontay Wilder personally, I cannot take away from the fact that he has lightning in that right hand. What you say if Bud doesn't fight Ugas, I'm done with him. That ain't no Bud. I mean, that ain't no Bud to fight Ugas. I mean, will Al Heyman allow Ugas to fight Bud? That's what y'all got to realize. It's Al Heyman. Al Heyman and Bob Arum have this Cold War going on with each other. Ugas can't do what he want to do. He has to do what Bob Arum. He has to do what Al Heyman tell him to do. Us on the outside looking in, you know, Errol versus Pac-Man is on. It's a huge fight. That's good. Us on the outside looking in, we think we know a lot, but we don't understand that we got two, these two promoters don't like each other, whatever the case may be. So, and Terence Crawford's been a welterweight for 3 years, and he hasn't been able to land a PBC fighter yet in 3 years. Peter Barnard said, "I'm going with Ramirez. Plus, he's an American fighter." Yeah, I don't care what country the fighter from. I'm going by the skills, who I think can win. It's a 50-50 fight, though, Peter. I'm not gonna lie. It's a 50-50 fight. And Lee Adam, I don't think you're gonna see Bud fight any PBC fighters right now. Anyways, he has one more. He has one more fight on the top rank. His contract is up in October. He's more than likely going to fight either Virgil Ortiz or the winner out of Jose Ramirez and Josh Taylor fight. Because whoever wins out of Jose Ramirez and Josh Taylor, they're gonna move up to welterweight. And both of them are top ranked fighters. Virgil Ortiz is a Golden Boy fighter. So that's how that's gonna play out. You see what I'm saying? So Jabril Bay say Jose looks like he was about 6 feet tall against Jose. Yeah, man, Jabril said that. Yeah, Taylor, he did. Taylor did. He did look a little taller. Huge MMA fan. Fury is clearly the better boxer, and Wilder needs to use a stiff jab, in my opinion, because that would be a better way to set up the right hand. Plus, Fury feints too much, so I only see Fury winning this fight. Yeah, the feint. I think the feints are going to throw him off. Fury has some of the best feints in boxing. His feint game's serious. When I break that fight down, Bob Arum discussed me. He never got Bud the Pacquiao fight. Yeah, it is what it is, man. The politics in boxing with these promoters, man, is pathetic. Us fans can't get the fights that we want because of the politics. That's what it is. That's what it is. Coach, Fury can box. He glides across the ring, which defies logic for a guy his size. Yeah, for a guy his size, absolutely. He's very light on his feet. He's very light on his feet. If I can look at the tangibles, Deontay Wilder does one thing good. He lands that right hand and he knocks opponents out. That's it. He only does one thing. Tyson Fury does multiple things good. Does he have the power Wilder has? No. But outside of that, he has better footwork. He has better defense. He's a lot slicker. He's a lot more slicker fighter. He understands angles very well. He knows how to fight off the back foot, and he knows how to fight off the front foot. More tangibles. He has more tangibles. And this is facts. This is facts. He just has more tangibles. He has more tools in his tool belt. Stiff jab number one, what Wilder needs for many reasons to keep 3 stone heavier Fury away, right? Make room to land the bomb. also helps on lack of footwork. Right. Make room to land the bomb. But Fury not just going to just come in there like, I'm coming, hit me. He's not going to do that. He's going to use feints to get inside. He's going to use jabs to the body to get inside. Fury's going to use a snapping jab as well, like he did in the second fight. This is going to be an interesting fight. It's going to be an interesting fight. It's breaking news. Just heard it on Sham's side. Errol versus Pacquiao. Okay, that's good. Good fight for both of them. So who Ugas is going to fight next? Ugas will probably fight another PBC fighter. He might fight Sean Porter or something like that. I watched the second fight today, and there was really nothing wrong with the gloves. Yeah, depending on what side of the fence you're on, Crawford made a big mistake staying with top rank. How he made a big mistake by staying with top rank when he's getting paid $4.2, $4.3 million a fight? Guaranteed. How he made a big mistake staying with top rank? From a financial standpoint. Maybe to you, he made a big mistake, but he did what he thought was best for him and his family. He's getting paid like $4.5 million per fight. That don't look like a big mistake to me. You see what I'm saying? Coach, any idea of in the world who you think Wilder should spar with to prepare for I guess Fury? I guess that's what you're trying to say. Whose style is closest to Fury? Nobody. There's nobody he can really prepare for. There's no 6'9" boxers out there who can move like Fury. Wilder jabbed a lot to the body in the second fight against Fury. But at one point, Fury figured him out and countered with the left hook a couple of times. So then Wilder didn't go to the body anymore. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Wilder, that's what I was saying. Like, well, Wilder, when he gets hit, and some of the things that him and Malik Scott is not was training with, if some of those things are not working, will he revert back to, I'm waiting on the one hand to land the bomb? That's a possibility he can do that because he's been fighting that same way for 15 years. That boy is a cheater straight up, and that's facts. Okay. All right. He says he's a cheater. Okay. Reptile lifestyle. That's true. Fury can't twerk like Wilder. Diallo Huggy. Shout out to my brother Diallo Huggy, man. Let's ring the Ali bell for Diallo Huggy. Ring the Ali bell for Diallo Huggy. Peter Reeves, what's going on, fam? What's going on? Peter Von Arts. Crawford should be fighting Ugas and get him that belt. Let me explain something. Let me ask you this question, Peter Von Arts. How would you get a fight with Ugas? Al Heyman and Bob Arum don't like each other. They don't really like doing business with each other outside of Fury and Wilder. Terence Crawford has been in the welterweight division for 3 years, and he has not had one fight with the PBC fighter. Explain to me, brother, how you would handle the situation. How would you get a fight with the top ranked fighter, and if you have been unsuccessful in making any fight with the top ranked fighter happen for the 3 years you've been at the welterweight division? I mean, I just want to know. I'm curious, because maybe we can pass that on to Bob Arum and pass that on to Al Heyman to get those fights to happen. Maybe we can do that. Neil Simpson, Booker, what are the excuses for the third fight going to be? It's going to be some, I can tell you that, especially if Wilder loses. It's going to be some. It might be Martians came for space or something. It's going to be something. What you say, fam? Heyman and Arum, great excuse. Crawford didn't want Porter either. That's not what Sean Porter said. I got the receipts. That's not what Sean Porter said. I'm more inclined to believe what Sean Porter said than believe what you're saying as related to the subject matter. Sean Porter saying something totally different from what you're saying. So who am I going to believe? Peter Von Arx or what Sean Porter said out of his mouth on his own podcast? What do you say? Crawford is going backwards now. He should give up the belt and go back down to 140. Well, no, what you can do, don't support Crawford and don't worry about Crawford. Support who you want to support. Simple. What you can do, Peter Barnards, don't like Crawford, hate everything Crawford, and move on to another fighter. And that's it. I don't think Crawford is going to worry about what you, me, or anybody else had to say about it. So you not liking Crawford anymore, whatever. I'm not saying you do, but if you don't, I don't think he's going to lose any sleep over that. Nor is he going to lose any sleep over whether I like him or don't like him or not. Period. It's simple. Don't like him, find another fighter to support. That's all. Talk about him, and if you do see him fight, bet against him. See how much money you can win. My problem with the right hand theory is who did he knock out? 4-1 KOs is impressive, but the level of competition does matter. Only when it comes to the level of competition matters only when it comes to certain fighters. When it comes to Deontay Wilder, the level of competition was great when it comes to Deontay Wilder. When he fought an elite fighter, he got up twice. He got up twice from his power. A little bit overrated. Yeah. Thomas Vasey, what you say, fam? Corner Fury hitting with hard hooks, body shots, uppercuts coming with overhand hooks. Yeah. 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 Yeah, absolutely. Fury working on a lot of stuff. I think he's going to show Wilder something different. I think this is going to be an ugly fight. I think it's going to be an ugly fight. The game, what you say, man, is that's what I did. I started watching Crawford fights. That's good. Just start watching his fights and move on. Find another fighter. Period. That's what I do. That's what I do. Just move on and watch another fighter. I'm still a fan of Crawford. I understand the business of boxing, so it is what it is. I wonder what happened to strap season Spence was talking about. Seems like a duck season to me. Well, if he's fighting Manny Pacquiao, he's fighting the old legend. He's going to beat the brace off Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao don't stand a chance against Errol Spence. You know, I got videos where I said if Manny Pacquiao fights Errol Spence or Terrence Crawford, he going to get the brace beat off of him. Only difference is with Errol Spence, he stand a chance of going 12 rounds and getting beat like Michael Garcia did. But with Terrence Crawford, he going to get stopped. That's all I see. Funny how people want to hate Crawford now, but Spence and all the PBC fighters duck Crawford for years. Yeah, they just, you know, Crawford's just one of those fighters that people just don't like. That's all. So Peter Barnard say, just own up to it. Bud fights nobody at 147. He had 5 fights at 147. What are you talking about, sir? Fact. That's your fact. Own up to it. No one is ducking Bud. They all calling him out. Okay, that's very subjective. Well, again, Peter Barnard, I'm not here to argue with you about that. If you don't like Bud, the hell with him. Do whatever. Talk about him. Start your podcast and talk about him. Whatever. It is what it is. We agree to disagree on that. That's all. It ain't nothing you're going to say that's going to change my mind. Ain't nothing I'm going to say going to change your mind. You can talk till your lips fall off, and I can talk till my lips fall off. We're going to agree to disagree on that. Facts. So other than that, that's it. We see it totally different on that. What should Wilder do, Coach? Come in lighter than last time around? Yeah, I think he should come in lighter, the Joker. I think he came in a little bit too heavy, probably faster and lighter, but Fury would maul him in the clinch even worse. Yeah, but see, the thing is, the Joker, Fury, Wilder's strength is his speed. His strength is his speed, brother, so I think he should come in lighter. Wilder comp as a title holder with the same caliber comp in the 90s heavyweights when he was coming up, the first 15, 16 fights. Yeah, but the only problem with that logic, Eddie Val, is Wilder has 40 fights, 40-something fights. When you first starting out, the first 10, 15 fights, you ain't really fighting nobody. That is true. But after that, you'll never see a fighter that has 40-something fights, and out of the 40-something fights, you only fought one person or 2 people that was of notoriety, or maybe even 3 people for argument's sake. You don't really see that. You know what I mean? And that's not to take a dump on Wilder. It is what it is. You know, Wilder's very first 12 round scheduled fight was 30 fights in against a 42-year-old. Oh yeah, Alderley Harrison. I remember that. That was by far his best win too. He was up 6 rounds. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that, Adrian. Adrian, I remember that. I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. Hey, I definitely remember that, Adrian. Absolutely. Coach, if Fury was thinking he was training for a job of AJ, do you think the weight loss could come back to bite him? Well, he's not. He looked like he gained weight now. He don't look as slim as he was earlier in the year. Now you see a lot of fat on the sides and all that stuff there, but he don't look as slim as he was early in the year. Thomas Vason, what you say, fam? What do you think of AJ versus Usyk? Yeah, Usyk is Usyk the boogeyman? Nah, ain't nothing boogie about that man at all. But Usyk is a damn good fighter. Usyk has damn good footwork, and AJ versus Usyk is not going to be an easy fight for AJ. That's going to be a hell of a fight. I can promise you that. That boy Usyk can box. He has excellent footwork. He can box. Now, it has yet to be determined if he can take AJ's power. AJ has been training. AJ has lost weight. He's lost a lot of muscle. I think he's been training and preparing for Usyk. I got a video here in December that AJ made where he said that the interviewer asked him who, if you was a betting man, who would you bet that you would fight next? This was in December of 2020, and he said either Tyson Fury or Usyk. Anthony Joshua said Alexander Usyk. He said Usyk. That's what he said. Diallo Huggy, what you say, fam? They might say boy name, but they won't get him in. They won't get in the ring with him unless it's a career payday. Yeah, when they want to fight Crawford, they want to ask for $20 and $40 million. Keith Thurman said he wants $10 million, but Keith Thurman ain't fought in 2 years. Crawford just had a fight, 6 months ago? Crawford had a fight 6 months ago. Keith Thurman had a fight in 2 years. Who is he fighting? So it is what it is. It's easy for us as fans to sit back and say all kind of stuff that we don't know anything about. It is what it is. I watched Usyk on Chisora again and underrated performance from Usyk. It shows he can take power of a strong heavyweight. Yeah, but the thing is, it's easy to take power from what's the guy named Chisora, because Chisora, you can see his punches coming. Also. Chisora fight the same way, the same speed. So you know what I mean? That's how it is. That's how it is. What you say though? So coach, I think AJ KOs Usyk within 6. I think AJ will stop him, but I don't know about 6. I think it's going to take him about 9-10 rounds, something like that. Usyk can fight, man. I'm telling you, man, that's not going to be an easy fight, brother. That's not going to be an easy fight. That's not going to be an easy fight. I'm telling you, Usyk can fight. He can fight. He has a hell of an amateur background. He has great footwork. You know what I mean? He has great footwork too, man. He has great footwork. Absolutely. So, so it is what it is. It is what it is. Peter Reeves, what you say, man? Hope Bud will be given an opportunity to battle at the top rank. 80, please sign Bud and Crawford. Yeah, I think once Crawford contract is over with, that'll be, he can move on and maybe go to MTK Global. I stayed far away from PBC. Them fighters can't even get fights over there. There's only a couple of fighters that fight over there. Errol Spence is one. Keith Thurman ain't had a fight in 2 years. Sean Porter can't get a fight date. Adrian Broner can't get a fight date. Gary Russell Jr., he fights every 1 year and a half, whatever. There's a lot of fighters over there that can't even get fights. So Peter Von Ark said, "You're right, Coach. We don't all know the specifics now." Yeah, I learned not to jump to conclusion when it comes to fights, because me sitting behind this webcam talking about what I think when I have no knowledge of what's going on in the background, it just makes me look like a fool. You know what I mean? And then what happens is you'll go to hating a fighter thinking, well, this guy ducking that guy, and he ducking that guy, but we don't know the business aspect of it. We're just fans. We really don't know nothing about boxing as it relates to the business. All I want to do is see fights. That's it. That's all I care about. I don't care nothing about Bob Arum. I don't give a damn about Al Heyman. I don't give a damn about Eddie Hearn. I don't give a damn about Frank Warren. I don't give a damn about no promoters. All I want to do is see the fight. Period. Terrence Crawford is my favorite fighter, and I don't even talk about Terrence Crawford like that. You want to know why? Because he ain't fight. He ain't got no fights. When he have a fight coming up, then I'll talk about it. I like to focus on fighters who are fighting. Like we got Josh Taylor and Jose Ramirez fighting tomorrow. Actually, I heard Bud call out Thurman once. Bud called out Thurman when he first came, as a matter of fact. No, I ain't gonna even play it. I got the receipts. I got receipts on Errol Spence, Keith Thurman, Terrence Crawford, Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua. I got all the receipts here, videos that where you can hear what they're saying out of their own mouths. Like I do. I do. When I put my stuff together, I make sure that I'm gonna go to the primary source. I like to go to the primary source. I don't like to go by what a fan think or what I think or anybody think. I say, listen, what is the primary source of information where I can get actual facts from? And there's nothing more actual than hearing it come out of a fighter's mouth themselves. Wilder's muscle memory will seep in, and he would switch back to his old style under pressure. I believe so too. I honestly believe that. That's why I say you can't. Well, you ain't gonna be able to teach an old dog new tricks. This man 35 years old and he's learning the basics. And then when Malik Scott is putting these videos out of Deontay Wilder doing basic stuff, slip the hook, go hook to slip the right hook, throw your left hook to the body. Okay, now I'm finna move over here, slip over here, and go over there. You're telling me what you're gonna do before you do it, so it's easy for me to look good in the video. Tyson Fury is not going to be in the ring. Tyson Fury is not going to be in the ring and telling Deontay Wilder, okay, Wilder, look, I'm finna throw the right hook, slip over here, and then hit me there. Fury not going to be doing that. Sean Paul, what you say, fam? Good chance he'll outpoint AJ. That's if AJ don't sleep him first. Yeah, listen. Usyk can outbox Joshua. Usyk can outbox Joshua. This is what I'm saying, guys. Usyk can outbox Joshua. Joshua gonna have to stop that boy. Yeah, I got my money on Josh Taylor. I just hope Josh Taylor don't get into a war. Elvis, y'all know they say Manny Spence announced August 21st. That's good. That's good. Pac-Man gonna get retired that night. Manny Pacquiao don't stand a chance against Errol Spence. He's too small and he's old. He don't stand a chance. He don't stand a chance. What you say, coach, is amateur stuff. You'll see the old Wild on the night of the fight. Yeah, I want to see a Southside. I want to see, okay, what happens when some of the things that they have been working on don't work. Remember, hey, Southside, remember, Wilder, the biggest knock on Wilder is what? He doesn't listen to his corner. So because he doesn't listen to his corner, you see what I'm saying? On Southside, I fully see him reverting back to what he knows how to do, what he's been doing for the past 15, 16 years. Waiting on that one punch. It's worked for him for 40, 41 fights. Why should he do something different? Shout out to my brother Sly Tennessees. Shout out to Sly Tennessees. What you say, Taylor? Unanimous decision, easy money. Yeah, I mean, listen, man. Man. Did y'all see the face off yesterday with Josh Taylor and Jose Ramirez? Bro, Josh Taylor look like he ready. Taylor look like he ready. He don't look like he's weight drained. He don't look like he's starving. He look ready. I think the weigh-in is the weigh-in today too? Bruh. I'm gonna tell you, listen, man. When I saw that, I said, okay, I'm gonna put a light $50 on Josh Taylor. Something I can get me I'm gonna put a little light something on. Something I can maybe order me some more books on Amazon off of. Thomas Vason, what do you say? Usyk got skills in Lomo's camp. Yeah, him and Lomachenko real good friends. But we see how you can beat Lomachenko. If Usyk try to fight Joshua the way Loma try to use that style, all Joshua got to do, man, is press him out. Press Usyk out. Make him feel uncomfortable. Nah, we coming. I'm coming. I'm gonna keep that pressure up on you. All Joshua got to do is make sure that his cardio is on point. Make sure his cardio is on point because he's gonna need it with Usyk. Because Usyk gonna run around that ring. That's what he's gonna do. He gonna probably dance around the ring the way he did with Derek Chisora, and then wait to see if Joshua can get tired, and then try to pop shot him and stuff like that. We'll see. Let's see, Coach. Never underestimate the legend. Yeah, man. This is the thing, Coach. You're right, man. You see what I'm saying? Like, listen, man. I like the kid Josh Taylor. I'm not gonna lie, man. I like Josh Taylor, man. That don't mean he's gonna win, but I'm gonna put $50 on Josh Taylor, man. I like that dude, bro. That dude there, man. The only thing I don't like about him, guys, is he would get lured into a war. You can't fight that way against a Robert Garcia trained fighter. He's a Mexican fighter, and you know how the Mexican fighters fight. They fight one way. We coming forward, we gonna take punches, and we gonna throw punches and go to the body and try to break you down. That's what he's going to do. Unless Josh Taylor has some pop in order to make him think about it. Every time you try to bring your ass in here, this is what it's gonna be all day. You see what I'm saying? Now, that's the only thing that keeps a pressure fighter at bay. If you have a fighter that has pop, it makes him think twice. Josh Taylor got pop, but I don't want him to get lured into a war. That's the only thing I don't like about Josh Taylor. He'll do that. Easy. Only one reason I give Pac a chance because Spence is slow. Man, listen, Spence ain't really that slow to me, man. Spence a damn good fighter at welterweight. Pac-Man don't stand a chance against Errol Spence, in my opinion. Pac-Man is a legend in the sport of boxing. His legacy is cemented in the cement. His legacy is cemented in the sport of boxing, and the cement is dry. A young, hungry fighter that's a champion beats a old fighter who hasn't fought in 2 years every day of the week. Manny Pacquiao hasn't had a fight in 2 years. I don't see Manny Pacquiao beating Spence. No way, form, or fashion. He's too small. Spence gonna keep him at the end of the jab. I see that fight going the way Spence did Mikey Garcia. Hey, Sly Tennessee, yeah, that face-off was lit, though. Yeah, that face-off was lit. I'm telling you, man, listen, man, that kid, I don't see Usyk outboxing AJ, Coach. As much as a great boxer he is, he still has to land, which means getting into range. Yeah, hey, that's another thing. You're right about that, Charlo. Charlo, you're right about that, fam. Maybe I'm giving Usyk too much credit. That's a possibility. I give Junior Spence the edge, but Pac Pac's always a dog. I don't think Pac could beat Bud so at all. No, I don't. Listen, man, Pac-Man ain't gonna beat Terrence Crawford, and he ain't gonna beat Errol Spence. I'm telling you, bro. When you see Errol Spence and Manny Pacquiao, remember this, guys. Manny Pacquiao, He's not gonna get knocked out by Spence. He's not gonna get knocked out because Spence couldn't knock out Mikey Garcia, so he's not gonna get knocked out. But Spence gonna beat that dude for 12 rounds. Pacquiao gonna get beat for 12 rounds. Yes, come on, Josh Taylor, the UK in the house. Yeah, man. Listen, man, Josh Taylor, man. That boy, listen, man. Listen, man. Josh Taylor, man, is that dude can fight, man. But Jose Ramirez can fight. Guys, you know I'm really big into trainers. I'm really big into trainers. Jose Ramirez trainer is Robert Garcia. You know how Robert Garcia's fighters fight. They tough, they're durable, they get hit a lot, they coming in there. They coming in there. They fight one way, they're gonna fight on the inside. They ain't gonna fight on the outside, they're gonna fight on the inside. Josh Taylor is going to Taylor in Progress beat Ramirez. But I'm betting on Josh Taylor. I'm betting on Josh Taylor, man. I just like the kid, man. I like the kid, man. What you say, Peter? Taylor fought good against Rodriguez. Yeah. Ramirez, he can throw 120 a round. Josh won't live with them. Yeah, Ramirez can throw 120 around because that's how they teach him. That's how they train him over there in Robert Garcia's camp. But the only thing is when you throwing punches like that, you leave yourself open to a lot of counters. Throwing punches and landing them is two different things. But if Josh Taylor fight in the pocket, then he's gonna be able to land a lot of those punches. But again, Josh Taylor can crack. That's the thing. Like when you're Southside boxing, you know, when you're fighting a guy who can punch and you feel his punches, you got to be willing to go through hell in order to get the heavy. Now, Jose Ramirez does have the experience. He has, 26, 27 fights. Josh Taylor only has 17 fights. But Josh Taylor has a hell of an amateur background. Josh Taylor, bad boy, man. Josh Taylor and Jose Ramirez a bad boy. I'm not going to lie. They both bad boys. Jack Spratt, what do you say? People saying Josh may lose because Ramirez had a hard time against Postal. Forgetting Josh beat Postal too. Yeah. Regis on test up Taylor. That was a good fight. Yeah, it was a good fight. It was a damn good fight. It was a damn good fight. Absolutely. What do you think of Ruiz's last performance? Ruiz, he didn't look good to me. I didn't expect him to get knocked down twice. He didn't look good to me at all, to be honest with you. Peter, what do you say, fam? Bud been calling out Pacquiao since the beginning of time, and Spence gets the fight on Bedazzle. Yeah, that's because Pacquiao didn't want to fight on Spence. Pacquiao didn't want to fight Bud. It's one thing Tyson Fury said that I totally agree with. He said, when you have two great fighters that want to fight each other, fights are easy to be made. So, so it is what it is, So hold on, guys. Hold on. Yeah, yes, sir. I'm back. He said, I give the edge to AJ. I think Usyk has the edge in technique, but Chisora was able to bully him. AJ is Chisora's size with more speed. Well, actually, yeah, AJ has more speed. He's taller, I think. I think AJ is 6'6", and AJ is a little bit more athletic than Chisora. Chisora fights the same way. He fights the same way. He's going to come winging punches, and he was able to touch him. And Chisora gassed out, though. He gassed out. I'm going for AJ to stop him, though. I'm just being honest with you. I'm not. Usyk was great at cruiserweight. I'm not a big Alexander Usyk fan. I'm not gonna say a lot of you guys. I'm not on the Usyk train. I'm not impressed with Usyk at heavyweight. He has showed me really nothing at heavyweight. I'm not impressed with him. At cruiserweight, I'm impressed with Usyk. At cruiserweight, I'm very impressed with Usyk. At heavyweight, hell to the no. Joshua's been fighting at a high level. He's had multiple championship fights. I just don't see him letting Usyk beat him. He lost to Andy Ruiz in an upset. He came back after the Ruiz fight. He learned. He fought a total different style, beat Andy Ruiz for 12 rounds in a unanimous decision. Ruiz didn't win a round in that second fight. So I just don't see Joshua losing that fight, losing to Usyk. I'm not sold on Usyk at heavyweight. He's a great fighter, but am I sold on him? Nah. Any of the top guys to beat him, in my opinion. Josh has been out of the ring for over 18 months. He's lost one fight, one round, and Ramirez has had a hard amateur record too. I think that 18 months out of the ring is going to show. Yeah. What do you want on? Josh Taylor's been out of the ring for over 18 months and he's lost a fight. And he's lost fights was one round. Oh, you meant to say his last fight was one. His last fight. Yeah. Yeah, that could play a big part too, Southside Boxing. Inactivity. That could play a big part too. But I think Josh Taylor it was hard for him to get fights as well. The last thing Wilder should do is get over emotional and desperate for that win, because that's what also put more pressure on himself. Yeah, I agree with that. This is the thing now, and he's dealing with Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury, his psychological warfare. If I was Tyson Fury, just talk trash all week. Look, I own you. I beat you last time. I beat you worse the second fight than I did the first fight. I dominated you. I beat you so bad you made every excuse in the world when I destroyed you. I'm going to destroy you again. I own you. I'm in your head. I got your soul and your heart in my front pocket. I'm going to beat you so bad, I'm going to make you wish you should have never came back. You got to tell him, listen, Fury, all Fury needs to do, I see Spence about 60-40. Listen, all Fury needs to do, you said last fight. Yeah. I got this outside. All Fury needs to do is talk so much trash to Wilder. This is what Fury need to do. Watch the Rocky 3 fight with Clubber Lang, my guy. Beat you like I did last time, boy. Beat you like I did last time. Clubber Lang, what is your strategy against Balboa? Strategy, don't need one. I'm going to beat him like I did last time. That's my strategy. This is what Tyson Fury needs to do. Fury needs to talk so much trash to Deontay Wilder. Get him so overly emotional. Let him know, yeah, the egg weights that I used in the second fight to put a dent in your skull, I'm going to use them same egg weights to put a dent in the other side of your skull. And I'm going to make sure that your trainer, Malik Scott, spike your water bottle so you can be dazed and woozy like last time. And we're going to make sure that the referee is the crab in the bucket referee. AJ with TKO Usyk and Wilder with KO Fury. Wilder versus AJ 2020. Bigger than Fury versus AJ. Yeah. I don't know about it'll be bigger than versus Fury versus AJ. It'll be big in the US. It'll be big in the US, sis. But either way it go, anything from Undisputed to be a good fight. I just think that because of what AJ after Eddie Hearn was made to look like a fool, kind of like with Bob Arum and Frank Warren playing with him, knowing that Tyson Fury had this arbitration going on and he was trying to make a fight, and then knowing how they played with him, and then his experience, what they went through with Wilder 3 years ago, I think that's going to be I think any one of those fights is going to be hard to make from this point forward, to be honest with you. It's going to be real hard. Because I know if it was me, I know that's how I'd be like, nah, I don't dealt with y'all before, and this is just too much. We ain't doing that. If you want to fight me, I need $100 million. That's what if I was AJ. Pay me $100 million. This is why I want to fight at. I'm the A, B, and C side because I have 3 belts. You only have 1. This is what I want. And we ain't doing no work. You're going to do all the work. Make it happen. I've been a Pac-Man off for 2 years. Yep. Yeah, I don't listen, man. Pac-Man gonna get destroyed. Listen, Mikey Garcia. Remember how Errol Spence beat Mikey Garcia? That's how he's gonna beat Manny Pacquiao. That's how he's gonna beat Manny Pacquiao. That's how I see that fight. That's how I see that fight coming. It's gonna be very easy. What you say, Charlo Fury? This is the next time he's going to glove up with the knuckle duster. Fury, this next fight, he said the knuckle dusters. The press conference is gonna be lit. Listen, this fight is going to be so big with Tyson Fury and Wilder over here in the United States because of all of the allegations. If I was Tyson Fury, when I come to the press conference, I would have 5 big placards, posters. And the title of each poster should be excuse number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excuse number 1, Mark Breland. No, excuse number 1. My costume wore my legs out. This is the reason why I lost the fight. Excuse number 2, I had a disloyal trainer who threw the towel in. Excuse number 3, I had a disloyal trainer who spiked my water bottle. So we need to have 6 placards. Excuse number 4, Fury beat me because he had an egg weight in his glove. Excuse number 5, Fury beat me because he took the cushion out of his glove. Excuse number 6, Fury won because we had a crab in the bucket referee. If I was Tyson Fury, my psychological warfare game would be on an all-time high. I would have all of these excuses, big placards, and in each placard, I would have images of me punching Wilder, knocking him down, just all kind of different things. And I will make Wilder so, because Wilder is very emotional. Wilder is very, very emotional. Right? Oh, well, most Black Americans is very emotional. Black Americans is emotional as hell. We are some emotional creatures. Wilder is very emotional. It's going to be, the psychological warfare is going to be so easy to get inside of Wilder's head. Everything that him and Malik Scott worked on, that's going to go out of the window the night of the fight. I can promise you that. Because he's going to be so anxious. Remember Rocky 3. Clubber Lang was like, come on. He was so anxious, and then he went to throwing haymakers. They worked on something different in training camp, but then when the fight started, he just went, come on, my boy, stay still. And he went to throwing, and that's what happened. I see Wilder doing that same thing. He going to go back to throwing windmill punches. He just, he's been fighting the same way for 15 years. One training camp with the bum trainer, Malik Scott. Well, I can't call him a bump trainer, but Malik Scott ain't no high level trainer. He ain't better than Sugar Hill. Can't nobody tell me one thing can't nobody tell me 2 things Deontay Wilder does good. They can tell me one thing, he can land the right hand. So I just think Wilder is going to go right back to what he knows how to do best. You see what I'm saying? Everyone loves a comeback story. Wilder's career would be bigger than ever. Yeah, I mean, yes. Oh my God, yes. Wilder can win that fight now. Don't get me wrong, sis. Wilder can win that fight. He land that right hand. If he land that right hand, sis, and he landed right, he can win the fight. I do agree with that. But outside of the right hand, what other shot he has? But I'm saying the press conference. Oh my God, the press conference is going to be lit. The press conference is going to be lit. Because of the all of the allegations, right? The press conference is going to be lit. Hell, and if I was Tyson Fury, I would even have Teddy Atlas on there. I would even say, hey, listen, man, where your brother Marcellus Wiley at? Show us the autopsy that you got to show that you had a dent in your head. I'm saying these will be the psychological warfare head games that I would play. Show us the autopsy, right? And then if you have a dent in your head, Wilder, Where is the dent at now? How did the dent heal itself? Did it come back in place? Did you have to put a cast on your head? Right? Because if you have a dent in your skull, that means you have a fracture in your skull. The skull has been fractured. And you know, if you fracture your arm, if you fracture your leg, what do you have to do? You have to wear a cast. I'm just saying, if I was Fury, I'm pulling out all the stops. My psychological warfare game would be sick. And what it's going to do, it's going to have all the Deontay Wilder fans so angry at Fury, so mad, and it's going to make the fight that much bigger. That they're going to be so anxious to knock him out. The buildup is going to be savage. You see what I'm saying? So that's going to be a good fight. The buildup going to be savage. That fight going to be huge here in the UK. I mean, in America. And then if Wilder can, and then this is another thing. If Wilder can knock out Fury, then Wilder can say, "I've been validated. I told you." The only reason he won was because of the egg weights and this and that and yada, 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 yada. I told you. And then Fury going to have egg on his face. Either way it goes, this is going to be a good fight for us. We're going to be entertained one way or the other. If you're Fury, psychological warfare. Let's talk about that sucker Spence taking 70-30 from Manny Pacquiao, but offering Bud 60-40 or 7-30. Weak move. Yeah. I haven't I've been on the live. So yeah, I don't know why Errol Spence is taking 70-30 from Manny Pacquiao when he has 2 belts. And where they fighting at? Where are they fighting at? Do anybody know where this fight is being held at? Errol Spence and Manny Pacquiao? Where's that fight being held at? Shelton, didn't Bud want the same thing, 70-30? I don't know, man. Man, I don't know what's going on with that. The rumor when Pacquiao was going to fight Bud, Pacquiao wanted to give Terrence Crawford 20% and he get 80%. But then when it comes to Errol Spence, he's giving Errol Spence 30% and he gets 70%. I don't know, man. Bro, this is what I'm saying, man. This is what I hate about boxing. Shelton said the fight is going to be in Vegas August 24th, I believe. But then he wanted to fight Bud in Saudi Arabia somewhere. This is what I'm trying to tell Peter Barnos. This is what I'm saying, fam. Like, I get what you're saying, that you want to see Terrence Crawford fight these top guys, but when he's negotiating with Pacquiao don't want to fight him, right? You know, and then when it was with Top Rank, and then he leaves Top Rank, he's trying to get a fight with him in Saudi Arabia. Pacquiao want to fight him in Saudi Arabia and say, I'm gonna make 80%, you made 20%, but then he makes a fight with Spence like that. He's gonna give Spence 70%. No, he's gonna keep 70%, give Spence 30%, and they're gonna fight in Vegas. It just, when it comes to Crawford, it's totally, but Crawford is supposed to be this easy fighter to beat. And then it makes it look like, well, Crawford ducking everybody. It's like, that's the narrative though. But I'm gonna explain something to you. When you on that level, whether it's Errol Spence, Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua, when you on that level, you are a championship fighter. Check Insta DM. When you're a championship fighter, ain't nobody scared of nobody on that level. All right, I got it, fam. I'm checking my DM now. When you're a championship fighter, man, ain't nobody scared of nobody on that level. You see what I'm saying? I'm checking it right now. When you're on that level, Manny Pacquiao announced the Errol Spence fight. Okay. Manny Pacquiao will get the brakes beat off of him. But hey, Peter Barnos, you see what I'm saying? Brother, listen, I understand your frustration. Because I was saying the same thing. But This dude got the worst luck in the world, bro. Terrence Crawford could not make the same fight that he tried to make with Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao wanted $40 million from the rumors. I don't know how true it is. Well, he gonna give Errol Spence $10 million, 80-20. But then, and we got to fight in another country. But then when it comes to Errol Spence, I'll fight you in the US, in Vegas. You know what I mean? So it is what it is, man. I'm done trying to figure all this stuff out myself. I'm done. Why pack, man, and not make money with your brother? Weak move. Can't respect it. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm gonna have a garage freezer full of crow meat to eat if Wilder sparks Fury. Hey, man, it's a possibility. It's a possibility. You know what I mean? Because he can land that one punch. That he has a puncher's chance now. Jeff Lucietti, he has a puncher's chance, brother. So, you know, coach, who was the bigger fight? Canelo Saunders or Pac-Man Spence? That's a good question. The sales will determine that, Alex, because we know Canelo Saunders did 73,000. Did 73,000. We know Canelo Saunders did 73,000 at Texas Stadium. So I don't know. Pac-Man is a legend, but to me that's just such a lopsided fight, bro. Like Pac-Man and Pacquiao are gonna get beat for 12 rounds. It's gonna be another Errol Spence, Mikey Garcia fight, in my opinion. Pacquiao is past his prime. He barely got by Keith Thurman after the knockdown, especially when you look at the second half of the fight. He barely got by Keith Thurman. You see what I'm saying? He barely got by Keith Thurman. You see what I'm saying? So, oh my God, what say says Terrence Crawford is an underdog. That would be an upset for Spence. And I'm a Spence fan. Yeah, that, you know, Manny Pacquiao, man, like, I don't really want to see that fight, bro. I mean, it looked good for Spence's resume, and it would look good for Crawford's resume. But yeah, I just don't see it. I just don't see it. You know what I mean? Of course, you fight Pacquiao over Bud. Yeah, but what about strap season though? You see what I'm saying, Toon? What about strap season? Shelton, I was like that the other day when I found out about the heavyweight undisputed being canceled. So I feel you. While the right hand is dangerous, but he don't have a plan B or C. Yeah, you're right about it. He don't have a plan B. He don't have a plan B. It's the right hand, and that's it. Lisa Bells, Sheldon, I can't trust Bob. He never got Bud to fight. Nah, Bob, Aaron, listen, the best thing that happened to Terrence Crawford, is his contract up in October. He getting paid $4.5 million to fight. So he gonna fight somebody. He probably gonna fight Virgil Ortiz or the winner of Josh Taylor and Jose Ramirez, and then he gonna ride over to the sunset and just fight on the, you know, because his manager is Bo Mack. So he's gonna fight on a fight-by-fight basis with the company or promoter. I want to see Crawford fight with MTK Global or fight on the zone with Eddie Hearn. I would love to see that. Because he's gonna make his money and he's gonna get fights. He may not get the PBC fighters. Because Al Heyman, that's another thing too. Like when people talk about these fighters, people just give Al Heyman a pass. But what you say, fam? Manny Pacquiao's past his prime. Exactly. He gonna get the brakes beat off of him. I've seen this movie before. I've seen it with Sugar Ray Leonard and Terry Norris. When you have an old fighter that keeps coming back and want to test the water again, and the young hungry fighter beat the brakes off of him. Man, Pacquiao gonna spin Spence like a top, like Porter. Nah, Pacquiao ain't strong like Porter. Pacquiao gonna tune. I promise you, bro. Bet the whole house on Errol Spence. Bet the whole house on Errol Spence. Manny Pacquiao don't stand a chance. He's been out of boxing for 2 years. He's old. He's past his prime, and Errol Spence gonna beat the brakes off of him. And I love Manny Pacquiao way more than I like Errol Spence. Manny Pacquiao is a legend in the sport of boxing. His name is cemented in the sport of boxing, and the cement is dry. He gonna beat the brakes off Manny Pacquiao. Period. I'm a bet. As a matter of fact, I don't know how much money I'm gonna bet, but I'm gonna put it all. I'm gonna look at the odds. I'm gonna look at what Vegas got, and if Vegas got Manny Pacquiao heavily favored, I'm putting it all on Errol Spence. Stephen Tarr, what do you think about Wilder's jab? Nothing. He ain't really got no jab. He don't know how to see. Wilder's. I studied a lot of Wilder's fights, right? He get all of his knockouts when someone is standing right in front of him, and if they sit in the pocket too long, pop pop. He blind them with the left hand. He throw the left hand. He may do like a cross guard. Cross guard meaning, let's say if a fighter got his hands up, he'll throw the left hand just to throw it. It's a throwaway punch. He may try to distract the fighter with the left hand, and he'll come straight down the pipe with the right hand. Wilder fights one way and one way only. That's it. And it showed when he fought Fury. The right hand in plan B is lethal. Yeah, but oh my God, he don't have a plan B. What is Wilder's plan B? Sly Tennis says, I would love to see Ortiz and Bud fight. Absolutely. I would love to see that fight too. Because Ortiz is supposed to be this knockout artist. But I'm going to tell you what's going to happen, Sly Tennis. Terrence Crawford is trying to get a fight with Ortiz because he is the #1 mandatory for the WBO strap. He's trying to get a fight with Ortiz, or he's waiting on the fight to see who's going to be the winner out of Josh Taylor, Jose Ramirez. Me personally, I would rather see him fight Ortiz because he's a welterweight. But if he beat Ortiz, they're going to say he ain't fought nobody. If Ortiz beat him, they're going to say, man, Ortiz was a monster. Damn if you do, damn if you don't. You know what I mean? So, Coach, what do you say about the fact that British television companies have picked up the Taylor Ramirez fight? Absolute disgrace. Would you say they have or haven't? They have or they haven't? Thomas Vasey, left jab, right hand, down the pipe. Wilder don't even do a 1-2 combination. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. Pacquiao is underweight. He's like 149 pounds, fighting a 160-pound youngster. Yeah. I'm telling y'all, bro. Manny Pacquiao gonna get the brakes beat off of him. All you Manny Pacquiao fans, and I am a Manny Pacquiao fan, but I am a realist. He's old. He hasn't fought in 2 years. He's been inactive. He's gonna get the brakes beat off of him. Manny Pacquiao's like 5'6". He's like 5'6". Errol Spence is like 5'9.5". He has a longer arm reach. He's just gonna keep Manny Pacquiao at the end of the jab. Now, what's intriguing is both of them are southpaws. So that's intriguing. But that's it. That's it, bro. I don't care how much you like Manny Pacquiao. Don't bet no money on him. Errol Spence gonna beat the brakes off that dude, man. That's gonna be easy money that night. That's gonna be easy money that night. Jack Spread, what do you say about the fact that British television companies have not picked up? I'll tell you. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy, man. Wilder uses his jab as a filler. Exactly. That's all he does, Sly Tennessees. He uses it as a filler just to try to get that right hand in there. That ain't going to work with Fury, though. That's not going to work with Fury. You're right, Coach. He's a legend. It's a shame to see him carry on fighting. Yeah, like, why is Manny Pacquiao still fighting at this point? He's going on 43 years old. He's almost 43. He's 4 years younger than me. I'm 47. Why is he still fighting? What does he have to prove at this point? That he can take a punch? He gonna listen, bro. I'm telling you, he's going to get the brakes beat off of him. I love Pacquiao, but it's time, I guess. Listen, That's one thing about them old fighters. They never know when to give it up. They never know when to give it up. What's your opinion on Jake Paul being added to the Wilder Fury trilogy on the card? Nah, for real? Nah, hell no. For real? Nah, I don't believe that. I don't believe that, sis. I come on now. Don't tell me that. Nah, I really find out. Come on, don't tell me that. If this is true, it's very pathetic. Jake Paul is not a boxer, sis. You know that. He's a YouTuber. He's a YouTuber. Come on, now don't tell me that. I don't want to believe that. I don't want to believe that. Elite fighters need to be able to adjust mid-fight. If things are going wrong while keeping the game plan, which Wilder so far can't. And Fury, see, this is the thing. Like Fury gonna have a backup after backup for the backup. And this is what I'm saying. Why I don't trust Malik Scott like that. Back in the day, say I always back Pacquiao. I'll back him once again. Don't bet no money on him though. Pacquiao fought Timothy Bradley 3 times, Marquez 4 times. I've seen enough of Manny Pacquiao. Don't bet no money on him, bacon and eggs. There's ever only been a 140-year-old welterweight champ. Toon, what's going on, fam? Salute to my brother Toon. You think so? You think so, Toon? Packed by unanimous decision. No, you think so? Hey, Toon, boy, you got a lot of faith in Pacquiao, man. Either you have a lot of faith in Pacquiao or you underestimate Errol Spence. He said Pac is still fighting because Aaron took most of his money. Nah, Manny Pacquiao worth like $200-300 million, man. Nah, let me see. I think Pacquiao is worth let me see. Hold on. No, man, Pacquiao got plenty of money, man. He has plenty of money, brother. For real though. Ewert. He has plenty of money, man. He ain't hurt for no money. Even before the Thurman fight, I said Pac would beat Thurman. Also said after the Thurman fight, 2019, Pac should retire. Yeah, he's too. Listen, Father Time catch up with everybody, man. If Wilder came to the presser in Wilder's walkout suit, I'll probably pass. Broder said Pac-Man is always blowing money. Yeah, that's what. Listen, that's coming from a guy who was always blowing money, Adrian Broner. You see what I'm saying? That's coming from a guy who's always blowing money. You can't believe nothing Adrian Broner says. When have you ever seen Pac-Man blow money? Never. What is he blowing it on? Yeah, I don't believe that. What happens to Wilder's career when he loses? If Wilder loses, he retires. There's nothing else for him to do. Because his credibility is gone, and he'll just retire and go off into shame. You see what happened after he lost his first fight against Tyson Fury? He just gonna go off. You know what I mean? In my opinion. His fans will still support him though, you know. Shout out to Sly Tennessee's, man, for the super chat. What do you think about May Pac 2? Both have been out of the ring for a while. Nah, I don't want to see that, man. I don't want to see that. You know, I think Mike Tyson should hang up the gloves and lead the pass behind. It's dangerous for him now. Yeah, Mike Tyson only fighting. He's only having I forgot what those kind of fights called. He's only having like they're not real fights, so he can do those all day. I forgot what it's called, but he's not having real fights. Pac still got speed, but it won't be enough to Pac being there in the Philippines. Yeah, man, listen, man, Pac, man, get the brakes beat off him, man. I do. It's the same. Pac fought Thurman, and Pac barely beat Thurman. Pac got hurt that fight too. He barely beat Thurman, barely. Split decision because he lost the second half of that fight. If it weren't for that knockdown, he probably would have lost. And Thurman was catching him with straight rights, straight right, bam. Pac was eating them straight rights all night long. I don't think these old retired fighters are coming back to fight each other. A recipe for disaster. Let's see. Pac is getting a kick arse, but built for himself. Yeah, man. You know, Manny Pacquiao, man. Tune say Pacquiao passes money out, bro. Coach, I think Pacquiao's going to knock Spence out. They ain't for real. He did give a lot of money away to his people, Coach. He's a good man. Yeah, if he getting a lot of money away to his people, he a fool. Because all the dudes who give money away to their people, they be broke. He give a lot of money away to his people. Shit. Pac-Man crazy as hell. Let me see what Pac-Man and Pacquiao net worth is. And then in the Philippines, he's a senator, right? Manny Pacquiao net worth. Manny Pacquiao, as of 2021, May 3rd, 2021, he has a net worth of $220 million. Manny Pacquiao has a net worth of $220 million. Where is he broke at? Pac-Man built 1,000 homes for the poor, but it doesn't mean he used his own money to build 1,000 homes for the poor. Pac-Man attracts money because of his name. You can raise money up. A lot of rich people, they don't use their own money, they use other people's money. He can raise money up. If he built 1,000 homes for the poor, I'm pretty sure that he didn't use his money. And in the Philippines, how much it costs to build a home? It ain't like they're using American dollars or British pounds. You see what I'm saying? The value over there is little to nothing. The man got a net worth of $220 million. Manny Pacquiao could probably spend $50,000 or $100,000 American dollars and build 1,000 homes with that. That ain't nothing to him. It ain't like he built 1,000 homes in California for the poor. Or he built 1,000 homes right here in Miami in prime real estate for the poor. You see what I'm saying? So the man got a net worth of $220 million. He ain't no fool. And Adrian Broner saying Manny Pacquiao give money out. Shout out to the police. Adrian Broner is broke right now. He the one crying, I need to fight. You know, I got this dude suing me. I got other people suing me. This is the guy who say I'm about billions, who throw money away in the strip club, buy all kind of fancy cars, jewelry, and then when he go to jail, he has a net worth of $5 in his bank account. That's what he told the judge. Pacquiao ain't no fool like that. That man got a net worth of $220 million. He will pull up and feed 1,000 every Christmas, Coach. He has done this for his people. Yeah, I'm not knocking that, but that doesn't mean he's broke. He has a net worth of $220 million. 220 million American dollars. If he feeds, and this is the thing. See, this is what you got to realize. If Pacquiao feeds 1,000 people, the question you have to ask yourself is this. Where is the money coming from? You can't assume that he's taking money out of his own personal pocket to feed these people. When you are a celebrity, such as Manny Pacquiao or LeBron James or whoever, you attract money to you. You can raise money. Celebrities do it all the time. They raise money. You see what I'm saying? That don't mean he's spending his money, blowing all his money. You know, that's all I'm saying. Shout out to my brother Toon. Toon say if Pac beats Spence, they're gonna attempt to put him over on Floyd as I guess the greatest of all time. All-time great. Floyd beat Canelo and Pac in the same era and beat more world champions. I mean, they might do that. They might do that. Me personally, I think Manny Pacquiao's career is a lot more better is a little better than Floyd, even though Floyd is 50-0. Well, he's 49-0. I can't count Conor McGregor. I can't count the MMA fighter, bro. I just can't. I can't count that. Stephen Tarr say, Broner has a net worth of $6 million. Yeah, but when he went in court, he said he was broke. He ain't had no money. You see what I'm saying? You know, so he got a lot of lawsuits. He got a lot of kids. He got a lot of stuff. And this is the thing, right? And this is how money works. If your debt to income ratio, this is when you see celebrities say that they're broke. Conor McGregor is a real fighter, man. Yes, he is, but he's not a boxer. He's not a boxer. No MMA fighter in the world is going to get in the boxing ring and beat a boxer, a championship boxer. It's not happening. That's just like no boxer is going to go in the octagon and beat an MMA fighter. Floyd Mayweather can get Khabib in the ring and he'll beat the brakes off Khabib. But if Floyd Mayweather go into the octagon, Khabib will fold Floyd Mayweather up like a lawn chair. And we all know that Floyd Mayweather carried Conor McGregor in that fight. And then took him out in the round that he betted his own money on that he was going to take him out in. What you say, fam? On 220 American million in the Philippines is equals easily 3 billion. Yeah, man. You see what I'm saying? And this is another thing too, guys. Rich people. When you see rich people file for bankruptcy, it's debt to income ratio. If you have a net worth of $6 million, but you owe $10 million, you file for bankruptcy. That means you're broke because you owe more money than what you have in your bank account. Poor people don't know that because we don't understand that. You see what I'm saying? We don't understand that. MMA fighter at least work on boxing. All boxers do is box. So MMA fight is never fair. Exactly. That's my whole point. So when an MMA fighter comes in the ring and try to beat a boxer, he's at a tactical disadvantage. You know, he's at a tactical disadvantage. I don't know, coach. I reckon White will spar in dog on the octagon. Man, if he can, well, you know what? It depends because the way Ndago fights people, maybe Dillian White can beat him that way if it's a stand-up fight. But Ndago will more than likely take Dillian White to the ground. That's how I would fight him. Coach, this is how rich people get rich. Exactly. They use other people's money. A man can live comfortably in Guam for $1,700 a month. In the Philippines, is way cheaper than that. Yeah. Floyd net worth is $1.2 billion last time I checked. Yeah. And they say Floyd spent a whole lot of money buying this and buying that. I can check and see though. But this is what I'm saying though, guys. You know what I mean? Like this stuff is Manny Pacquiao ain't broke, man. He don't need no money. That's why I don't understand why he fighting. Like, what's the point? Maybe he want to use that. I can't even speculate. I can't speculate. It doesn't make sense, though. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Let's see. Floyd. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. No, it says right here, as of May 7th, 2021, Floyd Mayweather has a net worth of $450 million. The website estimates his total career earnings as $1.1 billion. He is the fifth highest paid athlete of all time. So Floyd don't have a net worth of $1.2 billion. He's grossed $1.1 billion in his career. but he has a net worth of 450 million. You see what I'm saying? If you are clever and filing for bankruptcy, you can just never pay bills and the chance to rename your company every 12 months. You see what I'm saying? So that's just how they do it. If your debt to income ratio is higher, if you owe more money than what you have in the bank, you're broke. You file for bankruptcy. It's that simple. Kwame Brown versus Matt Barnes. Man, I don't know, man. I might be a double knockout. I don't know. Kwame Brown is bigger though, so I don't know. I don't know, fam. I don't know at all. You know what I mean? What you say? It may take a bad beating or a KO to get Pac out of the boxing. Yeah, he gonna get a bad beating. He gonna get a bad beating. He gonna get a bad beating. When he fight Errol Spence in Las Vegas. Listen, I ain't betting a dime on Manny Pacquiao. I've seen this movie before, guys. I saw it with Ali. I saw it with Ray Leonard. I saw it with Hearns. I saw it with Roy Jones. I saw it with Bernard Hopkins. I saw it with Julian Jack. I mean, bro, the list goes on and on and on and on. I saw it with Joe Louis, with Sugar Ray Robinson. When you get old, brother, and you jump in there with these hungry fighters, and you think that you got all this experience, and you're going to do A, B, C, and D to them, the hungry lion beats the old dog every day of the week. Yeah, I know what Manny Pacquiao beat Keith Thurman. Yeah, he beat Keith Thurman. He ate a whole lot of right hands to that fight. And he won in a split decision. He did not dominate Keith Thurman. He won in a split decision. He gonna get destroyed. And Manny Pacquiao is one of my favorite fighters of all time. 8 division world champion. Period. Manny Pacquiao is top 5, one of the greatest boxers ever, right now. And then he in there with Ali, Sugar Ray Robinson. Damn. Ali, Sugar Ray Robinson. I'm not even gonna say Mike Tyson. I'm gonna look at some of the Marvin Hagler. He's in there with them. He's top 5, Manny Pacquiao. Marciano, he's there. Manny Pacquiao is there. Period. But guess what? He gonna get his ass beat when he fight Errol Spence. He'll be lucky if he went around. Pac-Man 27 division. Oh yeah, Roberto Duran. You're right about that, JC. Roberto Duran. And Pac ain't top 5, he at least top 10, but I got him in top 5. But he gonna get Floyd Mayweather. I don't know, man. Tune. I don't know, man. I don't know about Floyd, man. I got Floyd in my top 10. Remember, it's very subjective. Because I know you guys looking at, well, Floyd ain't never been beat. Julio Cesar Chavez, I get it. I don't look at like if you got beat or not, whether you should be in the top 5 or not. I look at who you fought. I look at a variety of things. Like Sugar Ray Robinson, he won 120 fights straight. I think after like losing his first fight or something, he won 120 fights straight. That's way more impressive to me than 50-0. 49-0 or 50-0 if you want to include the MMA fighter Floyd beat. That's way more impressive to me. But again, top 5, top 10 is subjective. It doesn't mean I'm right. You have to call it the way you see it. It's subjective. That's all. It's subjective. You see what I'm saying? So it's you see what I'm saying? And then back then, like I think Sugar Ray Robinson was fighting like they was fighting like once every. They was fighting like once a week, something like that. 4 or 5 times, or something like that. There's no comparison. It's hard for me to put Floyd in that category. To me, it's hard for me to put him in that category. Yeah, Sugar Ray Leonard. Yeah, I mean, Leonard. I got Leonard in my top 10 because he only won like 30-something fights. I got Leonard in my top 10 though, not in my top 5. Not in my top 5. I got him in my top 10. But Sugar Ray Robinson is my favorite fighter of all time. Period. It's Ray Robinson. Ali in my top 5, of course. Of course, you got Ali. Ray Robinson, Ali. I got Hagler, Duran, Manny Pacquiao. All of those could be interchangeable. Like, well, Manny Pacquiao could be interchangeable. But it's subjective. It's subjective, guys. It's kind of hard to eight division world champion. It's kind of hard not to put that in the top 5. Shout out to my brother Toon. Then by that logic, Floyd top 3 easily over Pac. Ain't no way around it. Floyd, the better competition, and everybody before Pac fought Cotto. Nah, I can't say that. I can't say that. I mean, again, it's subjective. If that's how you feel, Toon, ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. If that's how you feel, because it's subjective. It's a matter of your opinion. I don't feel that way. Pacquiao had more fights. Pacquiao, 8 division world champion. But again, that's subjective. It's subjective. You're not wrong for how you feel. I'm not wrong for how I feel. It's subjective. That's just like saying who pound for pound. Pound for pound is subjective. You know what I mean? There's no actual facts because everybody judge it differently, too. You know what I mean? Some people may have Floyd 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I don't have that. I got Floyd Mayweather in my top 10. He's not in my top 5. He's not in my top 5. Hell, I remember because I guess because I'm the old school in me. I like I look at these guys. I'm like, man, I look at what they went through. We said, what about Naseem Hamed? That's a good question. That's a good one. Naseem will be in my top 15. I don't have him in my top 10. And Naseem was a bad boy. The Prince was a bad boy. The Prince was a bad boy. He didn't have no defense, but because he fought very unorthodox. But he's in my top 15. But it's very subjective. Like, however you feel, who is your top 5 or top 10, you're right. However I feel, I'm right. You know what I mean? It's subjective. You're right, Coach. It's all about opinions. Yeah, that's all it is. Nobody is wrong. You know what I mean? Nobody is wrong. Nobody is wrong. Nobody's wrong here. Coach, what happened to your questions on Lady Shan Channel Live? Yeah, no, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. And they didn't get answered. They didn't get answered. Southside say I got Sugar Ray Leonard, Marvin Hagler, Thomas Hearns, Roberto Duran, all in my top 10, Coach. Yeah. That's a good one. That's a good one now. That's a good one. That's a damn good one. Some people may have Bernard Hopkins. It's all subjective, man. It's all subjective. What I did like about, but going back to Prince Naseem Hamed, what I liked about Prince Naseem Hamed was he brought entertainment to the sport of boxing. I'm not saying there was nobody that was entertainers before him, but Prince came on thrones. He dancing, he throwing concerts. Prince Naseem Hamed was a monster, man. Love that dude, bro. Bro, he revitalized the sport in my opinion. The Prince. What you say? Pull out the resume because it needs the bucket. No, we can't do it now because we've been on this live for about over 3 hours, man. We're gonna have to shut it down, but we gonna do this on the two. This is what we gonna do, fam. This is what we gonna do, bro. We gonna do a top 10 boxers of all time from any era, and we just gonna debate it. Hey, that'll be a good one. Some people say Kawasaki. Some people say Kawasaki. You know, let me look at the chat. What are you talking about? Oh, Thomas Vasey. Thomas Vasey just said it. Would you say Ali, Kawasaki? Oh yeah, Floyd Mayweather, Lennox Lewis, Sugar Ray Robinson. Yeah, I got Ray Robinson number one over anybody. Because your favorite fighters, favorite fighter's fighter was probably Ray Robinson, more than likely. That was Ali's favorite fighter, Ray Robinson. Diallo Huggy said, Coach, you serious to have Hamed in your top 15? Yeah. I mean, I'll probably say more like top 20. Because when you got the Chavez, Julio Cesar Chavez, you talking about I have to look at it. Diallo Huggy, I have to look at it and see. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to, because there's a lot of great fighters like Simon Brown. You know, people don't talk about Simon Brown. You know, there's a lot of, so I have to look and see. I'm just trying to go off memory, Diallo Huggy, but there's a lot of, we'll just, hey bro, we're gonna have to just do a whole show just on that. What you say on Hector Macho Camacho? Yeah, he was an entertainer, but I ain't got Haleen saying, Coach, you're crazy. Yeah, I mean, I can see the Prince. Listen, man, let me put a list together. Let me put a list together. Let me put a list together, and that's what we're gonna do. That's what I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. I think top. Hey, listen, Charlo. I think top 10. This is what's so hard about the top 10, because there were so many great fighters. You're trying to squeeze. You're trying to take the best and put them in the top 10, and those can be interchangeable parts. No one is going to argue Ali. No one's going to argue Ali in the top 5. No one's going to argue that. If you're younger, you don't know nothing about Sugar Ray Robinson, so you'll argue who is Ray Robinson, why he should be there. If anybody say that, you automatically know they was born in the 90s or 80s. They don't know nothing about Ray Robinson. You see what I'm saying? So I don't know about that. That's where Sugar Ray Leonard got his name from, Sugar Ray Robinson. You see what I'm saying? Ray Robinson. Ali's favorite fighter was Sugar Ray Robinson. Roy Jones Jr. I was a fanboy of Roy Jones. Roy Jones. You know what we're gonna have to do? This is what we're gonna have to do. We're gonna have to do a top 10, but we're gonna have to do it by weight class, weight divisions. That's what we're gonna have to do. We gotta do it by weight divisions. What the other fighter name is? Buchanan. Somebody help me out here, man. Buchanan was another one too. Let's see. Somebody said something. Southside said, "True, Coach. I seen him live a number of times. He put on a great show." Yeah. I watched an old Camacho fight the other night. Haleen say, topic on boxing goes on for days, years, decades. Let's see. Richard says, I love Buchanan. Oh, yeah, Ken Buchanan. That's what it was. Ken Buchanan, yeah. He was a good fighter. Iran Barkley. Exactly. See, listen, this is what we're going to have to do. I'm telling y'all, this is what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to put the all-time greats, top 10 all-time greats. That's debatable now. That's debatable. Top 10 all-time greats. We're not going to agree on it. I'm telling you, we're not going to agree because it's crazy. And guess what? Everybody is right. Everybody is right. There's no I'm right, you're wrong. There's no this is mine, this is what it is. No. Everybody's going to be right. We're going to put together our top 10 all-time greats, but then we got to put together the top 10 greats of each division. Now, some of your greats have moved up in weight. Like we know Roberto Duran went from lightweight to welterweight to middleweight, super middleweight. We know that he went through several divisions, right? The Haglers, Ray Robinson went up and down in weight, had several belts in many different weight divisions. You see what I'm saying? The Ali's. It's kind of hard to put a lot of heavyweights in there because they've been in heavyweight, they've been at one division, so hell, Mike Tyson, I was a fanboy of Mike Tyson, but Mike Tyson may not be in the top 10 all-time great, but he may be the top 10 all-time heavyweights. You see what I'm saying? You know, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to break it down. We're going to break it down like that, bro. You know, but you got to have Pac-Man in there. Pac-Man, eight division world champion. Pac would have fought in there ever. Yeah, Carl Froch. You know what I mean? You know, so Pac-Man couldn't beat Marquez convincingly, but Marquez is the bad boy though. Marquez is a Hall of Famer. You see what I'm saying? It ain't like Marquez is no scrub. Could Pac-Man beat Canelo? Not now. Pac-Man would have fought him though. Pac-Man would have fought him. You know what? Pac-Man in his prime, the Pac-Man that fought Oscar De La Hoya, yeah, I see him beating Canelo because of footwork and hand speed. I can see him beating Canelo. I can see that. Footwork and hand speed would have beat Canelo. Pac-Man would have beat him, in my opinion. Yeah, Oscar De La Hoya. You're right. This is what I'm saying. Hey, Tool say, you killing me, coach. You got me, Steven. Listen, I'm trying. Listen, Tool. There's no wrong answer. Ray Robinson, Ali's boxing idol. Yep. And Master fought 20 fights in his second year. According to Ring Magazine, he was considered a super champ. 91 unbeaten streak. So when you tell me about, see, Toon don't know nothing about that. So when you tell me about Sugar Ray, when you tell me about Floyd Mayweather, the greatest of all time, you don't know nothing about. I ain't saying you, Toon. You don't know nothing about Sugar Ray Robinson. It sounds good for marketing, but no, hell no. Listen, Roger Mayweather, RP to Roger Mayweather. Let's bring the Ali Bell. Ring the Ali Bell for Roger Mayweather. Roger Mayweather used to tell Floyd all the time, Sugar Ray Robinson is the greatest fighter of all time. That was his favorite fighter. The Black Mamba, Roger Mayweather. He didn't say my nephew. He said Ray Robinson. He said Ray Robinson would beat his nephew. The younger generation don't know nothing about Sugar Ray Robinson. You see what I'm saying? But you know, that's what it is. I think Floyd beats Pac-Man in any era. Pretty Boy Floyd was a monster. And you gotta understand, back then, them older fighters, they fought. They was way more active than these current fighters. Like Floyd had 50 fights throughout his career. Somebody like a Sugar Ray Robinson may have 50 fights within 2 years. There's no comparison. Someone like Ray Robinson may have 50 fights in a 3-year span. I mean, I'm being facetious with 2 years, but when a 3-year span, someone like Ray Robinson, or a 4-year span, like Floyd been in boxing for 20 years, he had 50 fights. Ray Robinson will have 50 fights in like a 7-year span. There's no comparison. So when you're fighting as much as those guys are fighting, then you will, of course, eventually you will lose. And Ray Robinson was fighting in multiple weight divisions. Middleweight champion, welterweight belt, lightweight belt, you know, junior middleweight belt. Like this dude, you see what I'm saying? And defended all it and would defend all his titles. But there's no wrong answer. That's an argument that I'm making for Ray Robinson. There's no wrong answer. What to say, Peter Vonner? They don't know nothing about Joe Louis either. No, they don't know nothing about Joe Louis. So listen, it'll be a good debate. Because if you get the younger crowd right, who your top 10 is, based on what they say, you will know exactly what generation he came from. Based on what they say, you'll know exactly what generation he came from. Peter Von Toon say, did Ray Robinson beat more champions than Floyd? Hell yeah. Man, listen, bro. Toon, go look up Sugar Ray Robinson, man. If you don't do nothing else, brother, Go look up Sugar Ray Robinson. Go look up Ray Robinson. Iron Mike, the man with the 19-inch neck, the man with quads that made you say, don't skip leg day. Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah. Coach, what do you think about Ricky Burns? Yeah, Ricky Burns was the bad boy too. Ricky Burns was bad for, and what's his name? Ricky Hatton. Yeah, Ricky Burns. Was that the guy that I think that was the guy who Terrence Crawford beat though? Beat for the belt, right? I'm going off stats, Coach. Yeah, man, just do some research on the older fighters, fam. What you say? No, do some research on the older fighters, fam. So, Toon, so you're saying Floyd Mayweather is a better fighter, was a better fighter than Sugar Ray Robinson? I'm just asking. I just want to ask. Yeah, Hurricane Carter. Forgot all about Hurricane Carter. Floyd on top with 27 champions, Coach. So, Toon, so are you saying that Floyd Mayweather is a greater fighter than Sugar Ray Robinson? I'm gonna do my research on that myself. You say, is that what you're saying? If you tell me that, I'm gonna end this live anyways. But, bro, you gonna listen? Toon, listen, Halim. I already know the answer to. Oh, Halim, man. Halim, I already know the answer to this. But Toon, Floyd Mayweather is the guy to him. Floyd Mayweather is the guy to him. So Toon probably came up, he probably came up in a different era. So you going by the definition, hit and not get hit. But better boxing, absolutely. Whoa, what you say? You say going by the definition, hit and not get hit. Yes, boring. Yes, but better boxer, absolutely. Okay. All right, Toon. And on that note, we're going to end this live. Because we are not going to agree on that. We are not going to agree on that. Toon says that Floyd Mayweather is a better boxer than Sugar Ray Robinson. And he's saying that more than likely that, in his opinion, Floyd Mayweather is an all-time great on top of Sugar Ray Robinson. I'm 20. Hey, what Toon say? Toon say I'm 27. Coach, stall me out. No, I'm not gonna. You know what I mean? I get where you coming from. Jeff Lucietta says Floyd poor counter was icy. Yeah, he got that from Muhammad Ali though. Muhammad Ali. Go look at Muhammad Ali fights. Watch Muhammad Ali when he fought. Watch Muhammad Ali when he fought Joe Frazier. Watch Muhammad Ali when he fought George Foreman. You're going to see the pull counter at work. Lead right hand, watch Ali. Watch Ali. You see what I'm saying? Watch Ali. So, yeah, so that's that pull counter, man. The pull counter Floyd did was good. It was great. He mastered it. But Ali, I used to watch Ali do it all the time. You look at them old Ali fights, especially when he was young. When he was young, that pull counter, oh man. Watch those old Ali fights. He said, I come up in the Roy and Floyd era. Yeah. Well, if you're 27, so if you're 27, you was born in what, 97? You was born in what? You was born in 94. You was born in 94. Oh man, Toon Tune, you was born in 1994. If you 27, you was born in 1994. Oh man, listen, I can't have it. Hey, Tune, I can't have this debate with you, man. I can't have this debate. You was born in 94. Like, you barely remember when you don't even really remember Roy Jones when he was in his prime. You probably don't even remember when Roy moved up to heavyweight and fought on Ruiz. You was born 94, so yeah. So you didn't see a prime Mike Tyson. By the time you started watching, you was 5 in 99. So in 2002, in 2002, you was 8 years old when Lennox Lewis retired. Yeah. Yeah, I get it now. I get it. Yeah, I get it. I understand, Toon. I understand exactly where you're coming from now. Boxing, I was born in 66. There's the chance. Educate the youth today. Yeah. Toon. So Toon, you seen you saw so Floyd Mayweather was it for you. That was it. Floyd Mayweather was it for you. Floyd Mayweather is it for you. Floyd Mayweather was the guy, or the only guy you know in the era. You're not familiar with any of the top heavyweights. It'll probably be Floyd Mayweather, maybe Deontay Wilder now, maybe you don't know nothing about the De La Hoyas in their prime. You probably know a little bit. You know Manny Pacquiao because he's been fighting forever. But a lot of these fighters we naming, you don't have any like emotional attachment to them or anything because you ain't really seen them. You ain't seen like the you saw Tyson lose to Lennox Lewis. That was Tyson was at the end of his career at that time. You didn't see the prime Tyson, And Lennox Lewis kind of toyed with Tyson that fight too. You know what I mean? So yeah, you was 8 years old when that fight happened. So yeah, so I understand where you're coming from, Toon. I get it. I understand where you're coming from, brother. You know what I mean? But what we're gonna do? We're gonna put that together. We're gonna put that together, man. We're gonna put that together. Absolutely. You know what I mean? Absolutely. We're gonna put that together. For real. We really gonna put that together, man. You missed a good boxing era. Oh man. Yeah, Julian Jackson. Julian Jackson was another bad boy. Yeah, you seen Floyd beat De La Hoya. That was in 2007. You was 13 when you saw that. You was 13 when Floyd beat De La Hoya. That wasn't a prime De La Hoya neither when Floyd beat him. He wasn't a prime De La Hoya. You know what I mean? Floyd was more technical. Yeah. You don't remember Pretty Boy Floyd. You remember Floyd. You probably remember Money May. Toon, you probably remember Money May. You don't remember the Pretty Boy Floyd era. Because after Floyd beat De La Hoya, that's when he became Money May. That's when he became Money May, Toon. Go back and look at some of the old Floyd Mayweather fights when he was Money Mayweather. When he was Pretty Boy Floyd. So hey, but listen, man, other than that, man, I love rocking with everybody, man. We're gonna give everybody a shout out, man, before we bounce up out of here, man. Shout out to my brother Jack Spratt, shout out to Hector Garcia, shout out to Jabril, shout out to Toon, my brother Toon. We're gonna ring the Ali bell for Toon. Shout out to Thomas Vasey, shout out to Halim, shout out to Jeff Lucietta, shout out to Sammy. I keep talking about Sammy Ali. I got Sammy. Shout out to Bruce Goals. Shout out to Lisa Bell. Shout out to Shelton Moore. Shout out to my brother Diallo Huggy. Shout out to Richard. Shout out to Toon once again. Shout out to Peter Barnarks. Shout out to Peter Reeves. I think he's on there too. Shout out to Corn Kid. Shout out to who else? Jack Spratt. Shout out to Adrian. Shout out to Adrian. Shout out to my brother Peter Barnarks. Shout out to Bruce Goals. Shout out to my brother Charlo. You know, shout out to who else we got? Toon say he 28. Okay, you 28 now. All right, shout out to who else? Who else we got over here, man? I think I got everybody because everybody who was here left. Shout out to Richard. Shout out to Richard Margerson. Shout out to Southside Boxing. Shout out to who else we have? Shout out to JC. Who else we got? Who else we got? Shout out to Thomas Vasey. Let's see. Who else we got? We had quite a few people in. Shout out to Virtuoso. Shout out to Virtuoso. And let's see. All right. Hey, listen, dog. We gotta do this. Shout out to Virtuoso. Other than that, man, that's it. That's our boy, Coach Malik Williams, representing for New Media Today, USA Boxing. We tuning in live, guys. We're gonna cover that fight with Josh Taylor, Jose Ramirez. I got Josh Taylor. I got $50 on Josh Taylor. This is a 50-50 fight. This is a pick'em fight. I won't be mad either way. Other than that, man, it's our boy, Coach Malik Williams, and representing for New Media Today, USA Boxing. Signing out, everybody. Peace.
Man, I'm out of here, bro. Let's go.